representing our people.
Yep, and I'm Lyrahi. If he didn't say the name, I wasn't sure. I was not listening because I was getting the racers ready. And this is
looks like they're kicking off.
Yep, they're kicking off. Okay, we have roughly 6 minutes of downtime to talk about the game. A mystery dungeon, tower crawling, dating simulator, city management, Pokemon simulator, basically game. There's 3 elements in the game, and there's fire, water, wind. Triangle format, and fire is strong against wind, wind is strong against water, and water is strong against fire, and reverse it is what we can go towards. The goal is to get to the top, 440, and, well, that's the goal. If you die soon, like for instance, let's say Dad dies on floor 20, and Captain Legion, he has to get to floor 21, or he busts, essentially. But for instance, they both die on the same floor, the first person who gets to the floor wins. Yeah, I agree, Hex. Question marks is my favorite. You know what, Adam, I'm going to call you Stealth, because that's what question marks are in this game.
Yeah, so my tag should have showed up as Dreamy. You can see me in the chat, but it looks like when I signed up, I gave it a little bit of a hard time. So something to note for the start of this game, it looks like Captain Luigi kept the base name, but Dad named himself. So we're going to go ahead and say that he's got the cool points going into the start of this race.
I agree. And for those who don't know about the lore, is essentially the main character, Ko, his father, Guy, unimagined name, but he's like the best monster tamer in this village called Monster Bea or something. I'm bad at names, really bad names. Went up the tower and died in the tower and came back. And so your family went to ruins by selling, since, well, your father there making money, poverty happened, you have to sell all Dad's stuff, all his monsters, all his equipment. But once you hit age 15, that's when you're an adult, you can enter the tower. So you, as the kid, are going to try to, well... Sorry, people are being loud in my background. The goal is to get money and get profit. But, I lost my thought. I'm sorry, getting distracted in background wise.
Yeah, this is a pretty special game. It had a lot of different moving parts. Sadly, most important part of it, the waifu simulator, we don't get to see on this run. Otherwise, everybody would get to see that Selfie is objectively the best girl, and everybody who disagrees is wrong.
No, Cheryl is better.
Gonna have to agree to disagree today.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
But it looks like we're getting close to the start of the actual race. The first floor is a bit of a tutorial. Oh, looks like we are gonna get a pretty apt name from Captain Luigi.
Yeah, and, Judas and Butts. Dad's favorite. Dad's favorite.
Vote in the chat which name you like better.
I preferably prefer Shawnee's. Screams nonstop. But yes. To get to the tutorial floor, first floor is always the same with a fresh file. You will come across 5 items, which would be a copper sword, a wooden shield, medicine herb, a pumpa egg, and a spell ball called Fire with 5 charges. Spell balls are special due to the fact that they can cast magic. Fire ones does damage. You want Pillar. Pillar is the best. Is the highest outputting damage wise. Wind ball. The wind element ones are, I think, Bind, Blinder, and Weaken, which are kind of good. Weaken's not for this tournament setting. And you stay away from the water balls, essentially, because they're useless. You should just make money off of them. That's all they're good for. But
well, recovery is still okay.
Oh yeah, well, it is for casual through, but not for this tournament, because it would just waste more turns. And the only way you can use the recovery ball is by using a repel on yourself, then using the ball following on that to reflect it on, like for instance, you cast repel on CUNY, then use the recovery hit CUNY to reflect back at you. That's the only way it will affect you. And the most goal is try to get you survive. You don't care about your familiars, but your familiars will help you survive, but if they die, you have to survive somehow.
Well, you still need them for the early game. So they just picked up a Palempa egg, monster that you'll see right ahead. It is actually the weakest monster in the game, but there is something you can do with it. There's two things to eggs in the tower. So eggs in the tower, if you hatch them, the monster will come out at whatever level you are. So it's always useful. Oh, did he? I actually didn't know you could drop down and come back around there. That was kind of nifty.
Yeah, since they do that, they skip 2 text boxes, tutorial boxes, which should save them roughly maybe 3 to 4 seconds, maybe 6 seconds on the clock.
Oh, look at that. You learn something new every day. But yeah, so you can hatch an egg on your level, so it'll be useful immediately, but you wouldn't be able to keep it, which in this race is not really relevant. And the other thing you can do is you can actually throw the egg at an enemy monster, and that Palempa will come out and hit as hard as it possibly can. And sometimes egg bombing like that will actually save your life.
And there's actually, if for instance a creature has a innate spell casting, there's a chance of them using that spell, or the chances of flat out missing the attack, which will be a bad situation. But look on Dad's side, he found a wand. Wands give you a plus, I think, percentile of 25% of output damage for when you're mixing magic. Mixing magic is when you use the innate spell casting of your creature with your attack to cause more damage. But if you have a wand with the same element, like for instance, they're looking for a Scarlet Wand, which will be a plus total 50% increase to your damage output. Because they will stack. And good thing about wands, they don't rust. Rust traps are good and bad. Good if you have non-rusting things, bad when you do have rusting things. Like for instance, like steel swords or holy swords, for instance. Because I wish holy swords don't rust, because they're awesome. Oh, and look like in Capalucci's side, he found a resource scroll, so if he does lose queuing by any chance, he can bring it back. Or Judas, I should say.
Yeah, and so some of you might be wondering, because they've both passed the elevator a few times here, why they're not immediately going up, since the race is to try and get as high as possible. The tower is actually split into different sets of floors, and different genuses of monsters inhabit most of those floors. On the low floors, it's mostly fire monsters, which is good because our starting monster is also a fire monster, so he's not at a disadvantage. But eventually, roughly around, I think, floor 6 and above, it starts changing up, and you'll start seeing a lot more water monsters, which is actually bad for us. So the idea here is to try and get as much treasure and as many levels as you can early on to try and kind of get you through those rough levels to climb even higher.
Yep. So right now their goal is from floor 2 to 5 to... apparently incoming email, but back to what I was saying, they're from 2 to 5, they're trying to get all the loot they can. Floor 6 to 8, they just want to rush, and once they get to floor 6 to 9, I mean, once they get to floor 10, they still want to kind of rush until they get to the fire floors. Actually, no, 10 is the fire floors. It's been a long day. I've been up for 24 hours. I'm doing my best I can.
It's all good, man. So, in these early floors, it's really, really critical to gather some stuff that's going to save you later on, because eventually you hit a point where most of these monsters are either going to 1 or 2 shot you or your monster, and everything becomes very dangerous. So you eventually hit a point where you're essentially trying to avoid all the monsters, but you know, it's not realistic to think that you're going to be able to do that forever. So you need some of these outs to try and get you through those moments where you're trapped on both sides, or you're in a room full of monsters, or if something really crazy happens, like a monster den.
Yeah, monster dens are totally fun.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different traps that you can run into. Some of them are harmless, some of them are super not harmless, and the worst trap of all is the monster den, where it essentially just floods more or less almost every single tile in the room with monsters that are on the level of the floor. So on later floors, if you don't have something like a holy bell or an acid rain ball, it's basically an instant kill.
Actually, with the acid rain ball, if you see more than 8 or like 6 to 8 monsters on your floor, do not use it, or you will soft lock your game. And yeah. I think what our racers, I think I don't remember her name. 1 second, let me find her name on her thing. But she, probably Shawnee probably knows the name. Oh, she's in the chat. Asama. I believe she's the one who tested out Left 4 game running overnight. Like 8 hours or 9 hours passed, and the game was still trying to process the damage.
Game, it's pretty complicated, and there's a lot of interesting spaghetti code.
Yes.
One of the interesting things that can happen when you're going up a floor, hopefully we'll see it at some point in this tournament, is...
it was Fee. I was wrong. I'm sorry, Sean. I'm still learning everyone's names. I'm bad with names as well, so it's a little hard for me, but I'm doing the best I can.
But yeah, sometimes you'll get a random event where the entire floor is just open space. There's no corridors, it's all open, and
one giant square.
Yeah, and the monsters will just beeline for you.
Yeah.
So,
what is your favorite trap? What is your favorite trap?
My favorite trap? I am really hoping that we see just some crazy monster den on like floor 2 or 3 before they really have a way to deal with it. I want someone to have a miserable time. I'm a little bit of a meanie.
Shawnee, yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, my favorite trap is when Dad warps traps. Yeah, but my personal favorite is the monster trap. Not because of all the monsters, because of music. I'm a big music person, and I just love music as a kid. And music of the monster trap is like always awesome. You hardly ever hear it. So if one of the players, whoever has a monster trap, I will switch the audio to them, so you guys can hear the music.
Hex throwing a shout out to the balloons for their awesome death animation.
Yeah, but Luigi's finding a lot of medical herbs again. Well, last time I commentated for him, he had like roughly 5 1 point or 7 or something like that in his inventory. Yeah. Well, he's Luigi. He has to be green.
That's true. So I don't think either racer has found anything really crazy item-wise yet.
No, Luigi's still rocking starter gear, and Dad is rocking starter gear minus he's using a wooden wand for the mixed magic.
Luigi keeps finding these Gulfwind swords.
Yeah, I think the game's trying to tell him something. Yeah, the game's telling him something.
So yeah, Gulfwind is a elemental sword, and sadly, because...
Ooh, he found a live shield.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Oh, and the Gulfwind's curse as well. But a live shield is one of the special shields. There's live and the mirror shield are only 2 special shields in the game. Live shield, it can which one is Adam and which one Lyra? I am Lyra.
Yes,
and
I'm Adam or Dreamy.
He's Dreamy. And Adam, take your pick. But live shield is one of the only shields that actually can retaliate. So if you, like for instance, that Cyclone hit him, hit Luigi, the shield would have the off chance of hitting back. But it's only good for the raw defense. You don't want to see the animation wise because animation is cost time. And the other
very hard.
Yeah, only is maximum 1 damage, I believe. The other shield is the mirror shield. Is the unique shield in the game, where mirror shield has a 70-ish% chance of.
We got our first egg.
Oh, nice. And of course his dad. Again, egg of dads is happening again. He's going to have all the egg luck.
So more than likely what we'll see here, once he's up on a higher floor and he's gained some level, is he will very likely hatch that, I have to imagine, at some point.
I mean, he's probably going to wait until floor 12 to get the blue collar to synthesize it, to, not synthesize, fusing. Synthesize is a different game situation.
Yeah, so on floor 12 there is another collar that will let you have 2 monsters. You don't often see it come into play, but with getting a really good early egg, we might actually just see it happen. And if he gets another one, who knows, maybe he'll fuse something really cool for us.
Yeah. Since he still has the Plumpa, he can still fuse the Plumpa. Now, if he gets a Bloom, he can do Sans favorite strat, which is fusing a Plumpa with a Bloom, giving it a wind, then giving it, no, I'm not sure, giving it a wind seed, or fusing the Plumpa with Hume, then giving wind seed to give it a guaranteed Thunderblade spell, which is 100% paralyzing creatures for 1 or 2 turns.
Yeah,
Which
so
is time wasting, but it can save you.
yeah, later on, you know, when you're fighting stronger monsters that are gonna 1 or 2 shot you, being able to stun lock them is pretty key.
But I'm thinking that they're even at degree currently right now with their loadout.
Yeah,
Minus the cursed sword.
Well, I mean, Luigi has the cursed sword, right? And so he's got a bit of a disadvantage there, and then Dad is sitting on a really great egg.
It's also a wind shield, a wind sword, so I'm not sure wind's going to play a factor when using Flame Blade. I don't know math well enough for this game to give you a definite answer of it affecting them or not.
Well, it's yes, more that if he runs across something really great, like a Scarlet Wand or a Life Wand, you know, he can't switch over. And then, you know, he's already kind of getting clocked right now by the fact that Dad has another really great familiar, because, you know, while Shawnee might not like him, CUNY is pretty key to getting up through the early floors, and eventually, when you do lose him, you know, your player character is actually very weak.
Ah, so. Look like Dad has a paralyzing one now. I that, but we do have Sans waifu, the water crystal.
Oh,
yeah, I think Luigi found the water crystal.
Yeah, I think Luigi ended up getting a decursed scroll and swapped over. I'm not sure what he's using right now, but it looks like he got rid of that Gulf sword.
It's a Scholar one by the looks of it.
Oh, great. So, oh great, yeah, so we're evening it up now. So the only real big advantage...
Here's our first U-boat on Dad's side, so we might see some U-boat dancing. Nope, no U-boat dancing.
Yeah, so now you're getting to see the monster that he has sitting in his egg. It's a pretty nasty one, especially if it's your first time playing. Oh, another egg on Captain Luigi's side. Looks like it's going to be a good seed for both of them.
Okay, think about eggs. We talk about throwing them as egg bombs or feed them to give your familiar some MP recovery that treats it like a potato fruit. You can hash the eggs within the tower, and Dad found in our warp trap. But if you hash the egg in the tower, when you leave the tower...
Oh, look at that luck.
Oh, well, Dad and his Jack fine, but when you hatch the egg in the tower, it stays in the tower. But in this tournament, we don't care, because if you leave the tower regardless, you lose. You can wait and see if you win or lose with if your opponent gets ahead of you or not. Yep, Shawnee, he got the warp trap. Then got shot up.
And I really don't want to understate how much some of these eggs can totally change the tone of these races. For example, they're crossing through the clown floors now. I think that Captain Luigi was a little too early, but the floors that eggs can appear on is a little wonky, so it's very possible that he's sitting on one. But if he's sitting on something like a clown egg, and he can get through the fire floors, which are roughly, I believe they start at 9 or 10 and go until about 14, 15, 10, or 14, yeah.
10 to 13.
There you go. So starting from around 14, a lot of those monsters are water type, and Clown is actually the strongest caster in the game and a wind type, so it could easily carry you up into the mid to high 20s if you got one.
Yeah, Clown has the unique capability of his natural talent, because some creatures has natural talent, use them. His natural talent is double your levels to your spellcasting. So, if he's level 6, is a level 12 lowdown. But when you fuse it with like CUNY, it doubles his magic as well, the level, thus making your magic attack more powerful.
Yeah. So
now that they have actually equal gear currently, minus the Scarlet Wire.
So it looks like it should be a good race for these two. Probably see them getting
but
close to 420.
Luigi has the advantage wise with the Scarlet one, while Dad has the paralyzing capability of the very low chance of paralyzation.
Yeah, I don't think we can really call just how close this one is until we know what egg Luigi's sitting on. Hopefully something good and interesting. As I was saying, that eggs can be pretty wonky. And that goes both ways. You can end up getting an egg that's way ahead of your floor. You can end up getting an egg that's way behind your floor. You know, some of us have had bad luck where you'll be, you know, above floor 10 and get like a Palumpa egg.
Yeah, best egg. Best egg in the game.
The greatest egg. So blooms are actually pretty dangerous if you're on a normal playthrough because they can brainwash your monster. But because we're not likely to see any monster other than Cuny, his special trait is actually that he is not brainwashable. But we're starting to get up to the more dangerous floors. So coming up on 10, this is the first floor where you're going to see monsters that can really mess you up.
Trolls.
Yeah, trolls with their bow gun can hit you from quite far away. And then you can also run into griffins, which are a very strong fire-type monster that also have one of the strongest spells in the game and can also snipe you from far away, especially if you're not well-equipped for it. We also just saw Dad pick up a wind seed, so you can get seeds that will actually change the genus of your monster to help give you the type advantage. So we might see him start playing with the type advantage if we can pick up a couple more of them to try and help him keep Cuny's relevance a little more than it would normally go. And we'll also probably start seeing them go up floors significantly faster. So before they've been kind of taking their time, but you'll probably see them just start taking the elevators instead of fighting some of these monsters because they just don't have the strength to keep up anymore.
Yeah. Definitely once you get around floor 13-ish, that's when new walls showing up. They don't do a lot of damage, but they're tanky, naturally really tanky. But Krakens are the worst.
Yeah,
reason why the Krakens are the worst, they hit really hard, but when you hit them, you take damage back because that's their innate ability. So, yeah.
And not only do you take damage, but the harder you hit them, it is actually a proportional amount. They do not, however, affect wands. So because both our players right now are running wands, it'll be less of a problem. But it's still a monster that can quite easily kill you in 2 or 3 hits. We're also seeing our first Griffin over here on Dad's side. You can see that it would have killed him in just 3 quick hits, and even less than that if it had used its spell. He was trying to wait and he got sniped.
Yeah. He was trying to heal up, but sniper.
So the next floor is for Dad.
Luigi got low down as well.
Oh no. Yeah, so Dad's going to be heading up to floor 12 in a second here, which means he's probably going to take the time to scour the floor to try and find that second collar so he can pull out that U-boat if he decides he wants to hatch it soon.
Oh, I see, it's right next to him.
Right there.
Yep, it's right next to him.
He'll probably check that wand too, might see if he's going to trade up.
And another lowdown happening on Luigi's side, but it didn't happen. It didn't affect him this time.
Yeah, he got lucky the second time. So yeah, you can see he's starting to try and avoid some of these monsters because it's just not worth fighting anymore.
But he's going to be pincer attacked by 2 different griffins if we don't take care of this griffin soon enough. But with that fireball and also the mixed magic, he will finish off this griffin easily.
Yeah, a lot of these monsters don't take more than a spell or 2 yet, but he's just about to start breaching the floors where, you know, things like mules and krakens are going to come in, and at that point, it's taken 2 or 3 shots, and suddenly your magic balls aren't really enough. They all have the fireball, I believe, has 5 charges because it's predetermined on floor 1.
Yes.
But any other orbs they find are random and can have anywhere from 1 to, I think, 7 or 8 charges.
I believe it's 8, but except for the asteroid, it always has like 1, 2, 4 charges, I believe.
I believe it always starts at 1, but don't quote me on that.
No, if it only starts at 1, if a Barlong gives it to you.
Oh, I see. Oh, he slowed down, so he might take... Oh, he tried to take some time to wait it out, but the monsters were not having it. Oh, and here we go. He's getting spell casted. That's gonna hurt. Oh, he might... Oh my gosh, he might be in real trouble
he can survive this. If he takes his turn and goes up. Yeah, if he goes up, he should be good.
Yeah, but even if he goes up, he's still going to be slow when he hits the next floor. This is actually a really dangerous situation for Dad. After running really well up until now, it looks like he might be at the end of his rope. And there's a Kraken, but luckily
Kraken.
it's sleeping.
So
you might see him just try and wait it out here and run off the slow. I think he's thinking about it. Yeah, that's a smart move. So while you're slow, every other monster, including his own, gets 2 turns to his 1. So it's a very dangerous time, as you just saw where that Griffin shot twice.
He is normal speed now.
Yeah, so
and
you can
Luigi
also...
finding another medical herb. What is this, like this 4th one?
He is a vegetarian this run. So you
and a Griffin right in front of him.
So you can kind of play with some of these monsters. If you don't enter a room, they actually can't tell you're there. Even if you may be in line of sight, there are some little tricks that you can do to kind of dissuade a monster from coming to get you. If it's down the hall, for example, and you throw something at it, it will actually turn it around and he'll just go on his merry way. He's going to get a free Griffin killed here because it slept through taking a hit. And he's getting up to the point where his main character's level is actually high enough now that he might decide to hatch that egg soon. Leather shield, the worst shield in the game. Not so lucky. And the ice shield on the other side. Oh, he got frog, so...
Yep. It's froggy time.
So we're seeing something interesting here. He actually used the wind seed to change the genus on the Kraken to make it weak to himself as opposed to using it on his own monster. Nice quirky little move here by Dad. He's gonna run away from this Griffin. Oh, it's got him in his sight, so it looks like he can't avoid the fight.
Nope, he can't. He walking to a dead end.
And Luigi gonna catch up to him on the floor, so as we said, they're both pretty neck and neck. Probably continue to see that for a bit. They're coming up on floor 16. I'm interested to see if they'll take advantage of it. We're also seeing our first mule on Dad's side. So this monster isn't technically very dangerous. They're just very, very tanky. Very tough to kill. And they also will hit his monster particularly hard because of the water genus. But coming up on floor 16 is a special floor. Every floor that ends in 6 after 16 actually has the chance to get a rare monster called a Barong, and it will actually spit out an item if you throw an item at it, and it's a very easy... Oh, that's tragic. So he actually got worked away from an egg room pretty far away too, so he's going to have to try and make his way back without losing his monster or getting himself killed, because I imagine he wants that egg.
He didn't switch. I'm going to standby. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's gonna fight back. Oh, it actually beat the Griffin. Wow.
Oh, nice. That's lucky,
actually
but
very
Uni's
fortunate.
probably low. Yeah,
he's about
really
one
low
hit,
HP.
so we could see him lose his first monster here. But yeah, the Barongs are actually a great way to try and find some of the rare items in this game. So we're gonna see if Captain Luigi's gonna find one.
Yeah. The Barong has this ability is when you throw items at it, it'll eat its item. If the item it spits out, it does not check for the rarity. Like for instance, it can mind throwing out a roach fruit, holy sword, or a train rod, as it will throw out like a common item, as the game doesn't check for the rarity whenever you do it through the Barong way. And both of them found an egg near the elevator right now.
Oh wow. That's extremely lucky. So yeah, he lost CUNY and he's going to hatch his first egg here. I didn't see if he's hatching the U-boat or if he's hatching the egg that he just found.
He just hatched the egg. He's hatching the egg he just found.
Alright, so he's going to be hoping for something good like a Griffin. But I think just about anything from this set of floors would be something he would be happy about. So we're not going to see Luigi wait for the Barong. He started hatching his egg. You can actually, it takes a couple turns to hatch, so him taking some time to hatch it is good, because if he gets in a pinch, he'll be able to hatch it very, very quickly.
And the eggs always start off from 10% to 80%. It's a random value. But on Luigi's side, we see our first Picket. Pickets
Oh no!
Pickets are wonderful creatures where they can they have 2 turns per your 1 turn, and they can still stop. But
Oh, and that one started at 80. Wow.
there's a unique factor with pickets and griffins. If you have a griffin in your as your familiar, pickets are forbidden to steal from you. So every time they try to steal from you, it's always a failure.
Yikes. So, Dreamin' and Palumpa from the 2 eggs that he hatched, so he is not.
He's going to fuse
this chain of events.
He's going to fuse them to transfer over the talent from Palumpa to over to Dreamin', most likely.
I think he's gonna wait it out.
No, he's going to do the staff thing to give them their abilities.
Oh, and Luigi loses his fireball.
Oh,
And immediately gets it back.
nice. Nice luck. And this is the first evidence of a Minova morphing as items. Because when you first see them around the lower floors, they don't morph in items. But as soon as we get to the teens of the forest, whenever we see any 2 items next to each other similar, be wary, because it might be Minova be in disguise to try to sneak attack you as you get melee range with them.
Oof. So, we just saw that the Dreamin' actually, the mixture magic for it is one of the best spells in the game. It's Earthquake, which hits the entire room, but unfortunately, because the spell level is so low, it actually does no damage to anything. So he's going to use the actual spell, which will try and put that thing to sleep, but he missed! Things just not going right for Dad right now. And he's actually starting to really lag behind Luigi, who's been getting some pretty good luck. He just hit a Pita Fruit up to continue keeping his Cuny alive, and I think we're going to see him hatch his first egg.
Yeah.
Assuming that picket doesn't interrupt him.
Well, the eggs are betraying him, essentially.
I think we're going to see another egg hatch here by Dad in a second. Get that U-boat out, because that Dreamin' is not doing him any favors.
Oh yeah, Luigi has 2 pickets on this side.
Oh, and he hit the Steel Sword +1, but oh, there goes the Dreamin'. He's actually in a pretty tight spot here. He's gonna have to start using his magic balls.
Agreed.
So I assume he's gonna try and find the elevator before he sits down to hatch, but I can't imagine he's not gonna hatch that U-boat right now. Picks up a CC too. Oof.
No, he didn't pick it up. He had to step on it. Yeah, pick it up?
Yeah, sadly, level 1 mixture magic is not the best.
I thought Dad might take the risk and try to pick up the Kraken, because the
Oh,
other...
and then Mule on the other side. Everything is going right for Captain Luigi right now. He is jumping for joy on that one.
Yeah,
he's gonna hatch the other egg as
Mules
well.
actually is one of the few monsters actually can evolve. Roughly around level 20, Mule, Troll, and Griffin, and Kid evolves into a more powerful form. But Mule has a special ability. If you, it can heal you. It has innate magic healing. But whenever you feel anything plant material-wise to the Mule, it recovers 50 MP regardless.
Yeah, so Mules are actually one of the most resilient monsters in the game. They're incredibly great to find. He is living large right now, and so just for anybody wondering, because this is actually a very... Oh, and Clown on the other side! My lord, he could not have asked for 2 better pets to find. This is the kind of run that he could literally go all the way to 40 with. Luigi is very likely going to take this seed from here.
He's going to do some fusions.
He is probably dancing for joy here. He's going to fuse Nikuni here. Kuni's going to become a total beast with magic. His Mr. Magic is going to be completely insane. And then on top of that, he's got the Mule on the other side, which is essentially never going to run out of MP, can heal both him and his monster. I think he's got this on lock personally.
He's going to bring the Mule out later on if he dies as a backup creature.
And
because, hey, Heat Wave now.
Yeah, he has Heat Wave, which is a ranged skill, one of the few in the game.
But his Flame Sword is doing 45 damage, which is almost... I did not remember as the damage he was doing out first with his Heat Wave beforehand.
Oh, and there's
I
a
can't tell you how
Braum.
big
we might see him
okay.
try and fish for something really good.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's gonna need it at this point because
no, Peter.
I don't know if I'd have thrown that away so soon. He could have used it.
Lane fruit is really good.
So he's fishing for something like a rush fruit. Oh, nothing today, unfortunately. So the way our tournament works, to kind of curb the RNG here, it's a best of 3 with an hour time limit on going as high as possible. Like I said, I do believe Luigi has probably got this on lock now, so we'll probably see this go to a game 2 and hopefully a game 3 if we're lucky today. He's feeding some fruits to the barong to try and fish even further, but it's not looking like it's working out for him.
On Luigi's side, we see our first arachnid, or spider to they have a unique ability where every per level they gain 1+1 attack. So if they're basically doubled it times 2 attack power, and you put hazel herb on them, you destroy them, will give them their full power. If you decide, it makes them hit like a monster, like how Sam was saying it yesterday, I believe. But I lost my thought.
It's all good. Oh, that could be something good actually. So Dad fed a Leo lamb to the barong, which will let him continue to throw stuff at it until its MP runs out. Oh, and he hit the Roche fruit. Wow. Okay. So he's back in it. So a Roche fruit allows him to turn any monster he finds into an egg, which he can then immediately hatch. I assume he's coming up on a floor with a monster called an Arachne. It's a little spider monster that has double attack. I assume we're going to see him throw it at one of those.
We are seeing that Arachne on Luigi's side right now.
Yeah, so they're nasty little monsters, and probably one of the best monsters that you can find in the game. So I assume he's going to try and throw it at one of those. He also just found a life wand. He is actually coming out pretty good on this. He also found 2 different white sands, which allows him to power up his acid rain ball even further. I believe it's up to 3 charges with the next one, which will save his life in many occasions down the road, I have to imagine. How rare are Roche fruits? You basically don't see them in an ordinary playthrough unless you're fishing for them from the barong. They are that rare.
Or you're extremely lucky, because I found one of one playthrough.
Yeah,
and it's extremely rare. Extremely rare.
Yeah. Just to give you an idea, my first, I think, 2 or 3 playthroughs before I learned about barongs, I actually never found one on the ground. They are extremely, extremely rare, and obviously extremely fantastic. And basically, just what he needed to combat the fact that Captain Luigi has gotten everything to go his way.
Oh yeah, I thought, I don't think we have mentioned this. Runners allowed to watch each other's streams, so they can like know what floor they're on, so they can, projective-wise, they can get to where they are. So there's a psychological warfare happening, seeing Luigi ahead and doing so well, but also if Luigi's seeing what's happening on Dad's side, he might be wary of it as well. And look, and they're on the floors where they start.
Alright, so I imagine we're gonna see him grab an Arachne here. Hopefully he doesn't prove me to be a liar. Caster's Curse.
Commentator's Curse.
Commentator's Curse. They're both actually sitting on floor 18 now, so it's once again neck and neck.
No, except for Luigi's been having the good advantage overall, but Dad's having good item luck. Fine.
Oh, and there we go, the big giant floor that I was talking about. I've actually
also
never seen this with a pillar as well, everywhere.
Yeah. Wow. This is gonna be a painful floor. It's a painful floor. Hey, Shawnee, you were talking about taking screenshots of maps. We need this map for submitting that wiki.
So an interesting thing that Dad is doing here, so pickets can actually steal from you. So what he's doing is he's been throwing his Roche fruit on the ground to prevent it from being stolen, because the picket immediately teleports away, and we do see him grab the Arachne Egg, which starts on 81%. Things are going at least a little well for him right now. I believe that's the pick that stole from him before. It'll probably just keep running.
We'll wait and see.
We,
yeah,
again,
another problem with it, with the big floor, the lag of the movement. You have to go slow and slow and slow and slow until you get to the exit. Which all the monsters will coming immediately to your direction. What makes it worse, if you stumble upon a monster. Not sure if a monster can trigger, but if it happens,
I believe they can.
Oh, that'd be really painful.
And we got that Arachne hatch, so that will single-handedly put him back in the game. And depending on the items that he finds, it might make it even better. He might fuse it here. I'm not sure.
He has no monsters to fuse it with, except for the U-boat. But the U-boat's
at the U-boat egg.
Well, the U-boat's at 8%, which will be a major time loss at this current stage of the game. There's 20 minutes left of the game, and Luigi's on floor 21. He's halfway through the tower.
Yeah, we're hitting that point in the race where we do actually have to start considering the time limit. I don't think either of them are anywhere close to getting killed off.
Another
so very likely,
medical horror on Luigi's side. He's finding all of them, everywhere he goes.
Yeah, very likely we're going to see both of them either reach the 30s, where anything can happen, or the race will actually just time out.
Yep. And so far, I have not seen a timeout yet happen on the race.
So, we're into the 20s with Captain Luigi. We have to start seeing these nasty monsters called Vipers. Vipers eat eggs and are very, very strong water genus monsters that have a chance to lower your attack when they hit you. They are just all around nasty guys that you don't want to run into, and they are very, very difficult to kill.
The smart thing Luigi was peppering with Heat Wave.
Yeah, I'm actually, again, a little surprised that he had chosen to fuse away his Clown, because this is the set of floors where Clown can really, really carry you on his own, thanks to his wind genus powers. So it looks like that is going to be coming up to the 20s as well. Picking up a Star Glass so you can find the exit a little quicker.
Star Glass is amazing. This is one of the best items of the game for the tournament, because it will help you find will get your way out of it, like your exit faster. Wise. So, like for instance, if Luigi dies right here, it'll give Dad an advantage. Oh, he got his fireball back. Nice.
So at this point, they're going to try and essentially just get off of these floors as quick as possible. Despite the fact that they're both sitting on some pretty strong monsters, literally a bad crit can be the difference between, a monster being alive or being dead, and you really don't want to lose it at this point when every single floor is going to matter. And there we saw something that I talked about earlier where if you damage a monster from far enough away, it will actually just turn around and walk away. So he managed to scare off the Viper, and unfortunately the Stealth that he wants to kill for experience. And Dad just hitting the elevators one after another. He was actually quite a bit behind, but he's closing it very, very fast with some good luck. We might actually see him start using... Yeah, I think he's going to start using magic. His monster's actually pretty low on HP right now. Big 33 damage on a Viper, even despite the type disadvantage. That is a big CUNY, thanks to that mixture magic bonus. Oh, and he ran into a Stealth hidden away. So Stealth's going to actually turn invisible, and they sneak up on you. He's going to use one of his many, many medicinal herbs to keep himself safe. We're reaching a scary set of floors where a trap can basically just wipe you out. We're also going to see the triumphant return of Palumpas, but if you pay attention, you might see that there's sickly-looking ones, and the sickly-looking ones can actually collar jack your minion, and then you have to kill it to get the collar back, otherwise you can't pull out a minion with that collar, which can be very devastating, especially in a situation where you're fighting several monsters at once. I think we're going to see a fire crystal here from Captain Luigi. He's trying to think about how he wants to deal with this. Oof. The power of that vital, or the life shield hitting back for 8 damage. Giving him a little bit of a hand.
I have never seen the life shield hit so much damage before in my life.
It's certainly no joke. Might have been the difference between 2 hits and 3 hits there. It's gonna head on up and just avoid that Viper. So there are actually some story items that you can find coming up along the way, but I don't think either runner's gonna care.
No, the story items don't spawn until you talk to the corresponding NPCs that gives you quests. The only thing that will guarantee the spawn is the blue collar.
Oh wow, so just as I talk about Dad hitting elevator after elevator, we're seeing Captain Luigi just string a couple together. It's gonna really come
he's
down
on
to the
these
wire on
floors
this
where
one.
he has to take the elevators.
Yeah,
it's the smarter choice to do.
Yeah, the runners no longer have the option to try and putz around on these floors. We're probably gonna see Captain Luigi hatch his mule either this floor or next floor. Oh, he already hatched it. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, he's already hatched it. That's how we found out it was a mule. But
right, that's right.
yeah, Sean, I agree. I can see them either going to floor 40 or until the time runs out while they've been playing.
Yeah, I think it might be one or the other. But as we can see, the little spider that could single-handedly carrying him through several of these monsters, even at a type disadvantage. It is so strong. And the return of Manuivas. So now we have to worry about side-by-side items. At most 35, yeah. Once you get up in the 30s, basically anything can happen.
Those two
a diamond shield. Yeah, so he probably just passed by what was one of the Manuivas hiding, but smartly avoids it. And he picked up a diamond shield, which is the strongest base shield in the game, but it has no special effects. It's just a tank.
It does have a special effect where the diamond shield cannot rust.
Yeah, but there's a couple others that have that same property. I mean,
that wood and leather does
Yeah.
not rust, and mirror as well, and live.
so Mandaras are a little scary. They're water genus, so they're strong. They also can confuse your monster or you. I don't think his Cuny could take another hit. You might have to be careful here because they hit extremely hard. Yeah, the music of this game is really wonderful. So, both runners carrying their monster to try and keep it alive for now. Luigi actually in a really tight spot here. He's going to have to think of something quick. And Dad escaping his situation. So he's caught between 2 really dangerous monsters here. He can't use the mule to bail him out. We might see him use a fire crystal here and then just chug those medicinals to try and keep himself up.
Yeah. Or might bait with mule. Might bait.
Snowman, unfortunately, too heavy to pick up. That's a ballsy move.
That's going to burn a turn.
Oh, and he's dead! He takes the crit! So it looks like Dad only has to hit floor 28, and he wins this despite all odds. I think Luigi played it a little too safe, not using that mule.
Yeah, well, Luigi did his best hand. You can't count for the crit.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes the game just doesn't want you to win. So, the comeback may be real, and he hits the chain of elevators. He needs one more floor, and he takes this match despite the massive, massive lead that Luigi had. We're seeing some really crazy luck on both sides.
So Dad's goal is to survive on this floor and get to the elevator.
So I think I think the really key thing here to note is that with smart play, there's essentially no way Dad can lose this. He uses the star glass. He knows exactly where the elevator is, and the important thing, he's sitting on 3 acid rain balls and an Oleem. He's basically set. He's getting the speed fruit. He's probably gonna eat the bomb, but he's gonna just make a mad dash for that elevator. And I think we can call it here. He's pretty much got this, short of some disastrous trap.
Yeah, well, We'll wait and see, because you never know what happens.
Yeah, he could always hit a monster den, but it looks like he is in fact going to take the first round of this race against all odds. What a match.
Yep, Dad won the
He's
first
going to
round.
do a little dance for joy. I imagine he cannot believe himself. What a race. And it all came down to him managing to make a good fish on that barong, as I brought up before. He hit the roche fruit, he got the arachne, and it carried, that little spider carried him all the way to the end. Really, really fantastic race. Captain Luigi has got to be scratching his head right now. Oof. It's always fun seeing a good race. Like I talked about at the start, you know, this game will get you in ways that you just don't expect, and you can't, you know, there are moments like the one that Captain Luigi ran into where you just can't take a risk, and sometimes you take a risk to win, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it just doesn't, unfortunately.
Great. But I know Dad from my first race commentating, he takes a lot of risks and usually pays off.
Yeah, I gotta say, I am personally an aggressive player in this game, and I appreciate big risk, big reward. I think both players played exceptionally well. We saw some really crazy luck on both sides, and a very, very unexpected ending, keeping it exciting for everybody. Yeah, he's not scratching his head. He's just sadly lamenting that that's how it goes sometimes.
Well, that's how. Well, we're about to have another like 6-ish minutes downtime, guys. So, any questions you guys wish to ask, please feel free to ask, and we'll answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand this off to my co-commentator for a minute while I take a run to the washroom, and I will be back shortly.
Okay. So, ask away. Oh yes, hero. Then the tower giveth, and the tower taketh away. That's the story of the tower. The tower is not a merciful deity. It is a very cruel god. It enjoys your suffering. That's what actually would live on. How you would rate pick it? Clearly the best. Not the best. From 1 to 10, I'll give it a nice 7-8 range. I'll be fair. I'll be nice. I'll give it an 8. I do love the pickets. Although everyone else hates them. I don't know why. They're adorable little monsters that steals everything. Let's see what yeah. I've been hoping for Dad to burn his lockout, but you know he's just been keeping his locks ever since I've just been keeping it. And Luigi's finding all of those medical herbs as well. It just keeps him alive. Well, just the luck. I'm hoping to see at least a third match. But if Dad wins this round, we might see a third match, friendly match afterwards. Who knows? Once we've... Depends how long it takes. Yes, Q's best. Have any of the racers named their Q after their opponents before? I wonder. I think Don, not Don Fargo, the other Don, our server who raced the other day, named CUNY Baldwin.
All right, guys, I'm back and ready for another great match. I am gonna go ahead I'm gonna go ahead and wish against what I talked about earlier. I actually don't want to see an early monster den on either of these people. That last race was extremely good, and I'm really hoping to see another tight, really, really exciting race from these two. Yeah, it would be really nice to see a record break in this race. If you know what, if it's gonna happen, it'll probably be one of these two. They're both very, very talented runners.
Yeah. But if we do see Monster Den, who's the better runner, better situation will happen. We'll see who comes out of it. It'll be amazing if we see Monster Dams on both screens at the same time.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy. Dad was actually well equipped to handle the monster. The monster didn't last time, and I think so was Captain Luigi. He was sitting on a Holy Bell while Dad was sitting on a 3-cast Acid Rain. They were both very,
I think
very.
actually it was a 4-cast at that point.
It might have been. It might have been. He was very well equipped. So we're gonna see
Judas
Quest and Judas come back.
Yep, they're making their covenant returns.
I think we got names from both sides this time on both the monster and the main character, so props to them. Style points for both.
They always. I believe these two runners always are consistent with their character name and Q's name.
Yeah, if you are in this tournament and you're not taking the time to name yourself, are you really even living? So we're going to see our nice first floor run again. Nothing terribly exciting. I don't think we're going to see any big difference here. Just a whole lot of talking from their monster and a whole lot of running.
Only big difference is that they actually run into the 2 extra tutorials.
So, do you think Luigi's gonna bring it back here? I think he might be hurting after that last one.
With it, I watched his last run, like his last race I commentated for. He did really well. There's a chance. Luigi usually bets on luck, and sometimes luck is good, sometimes it's bad. But we just have to wait and see.
I'm curious if he's gonna make any different decisions than he did last time. He ended up hatching that mule really early and then never used it, strangely enough. If he had saved it, I think his character was sitting at level 19 right before he died. He would have been able to hatch it and probably get it evolved here on stream if he had sat on it, but I'm not sure what he was thinking when he decided to hatch it early and then never used it.
Well, he was hatching it to see what it is because he didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
He was taking that gamble.
Hopefully we'll get a chance in the interview to ask him what he was thinking and why he was sitting on it.
Agreed, but we have to wait and see. And also see if he remembers it.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure they have a lot going through their heads through all of this. This game really puts you to work in trying to think out your next move, especially in some of these situations where you're facing down 3 or 4 monsters in every direction. And how you plan on using your items. You know.
Pretty in sync right now as well. That's good. Okay,
oh no! He throws him onto the confusion trap, so it looks like Luigi is on his own for a little while.
Yep. But on Dad's side, he found Troll, which is Troll, if he does the first monster kill, is guaranteed a level up. And also, he's poisoned as well. As Kid's confusion.
So
and Dad get instantly thrown up.
Yeah, Luigi hitting.
You don't want to see you don't want to see a step up trap this early, because you miss a whole floor of potential resources just down the road.
Yeah, both players unfortunately hitting traps here, and while another one. And while
both parts.
Yeah, while Luigi's been hitting the more unfortunate traps, the go-up trap might actually be worse for Dad in the long run, for exactly the reason that my co-commentator has said, that it's an entire floor worth of items. He didn't know if there was eggs or acid rain balls or any number of item that could have been extremely useful.
Heck, he can, if he was lucky enough, he could find a holy sword.
Could happen, so there are actually two rare swords in the game, the Holy Sword and the Dark Sword, which are quite a bit stronger than most of the other swords in the game. Most of the time, you know, you might plan to use them, because there are sands in this game which will allow you to raise the stats of your weapons, and using that on a weapon that's already high means that you can climb pretty quickly, but in the long run, I think most of these runners would end up choosing the wands because of how key magic is, but those swords can basically single-handedly carry you through a lot of these
Holy Sword, yes. Dark Sword, no, because Dark Sword has a bad debuff to it where it makes you miss more often. So the Holy Sword is better.
Yeah, the Holy Sword essentially will one-shot most of the monsters pre-floor 5 or 6 for the most part. It's quite a good sword, but unlikely to be something that we see in these races. Though I probably would have said the same thing about the Rush Fruit before we saw Dad dig it out of that barong.
I think this is like my second time seeing a Rochefort on this race before.
Got a lot of lucky people
Second,
in this
third
tournament.
time. Yeah, a lot of good runners. 16 runners, and this is what, the third or fourth week of the race. It's a fire sword, Shawnee. Fire sword.
It's nothing crazy. We were just talking about how he was probably hoping it's a holy sword or something. So the start going basically as expected for these two. Basically just taking the time to grind it out.
Yep.
Build some levels up. Steel shield here for Dad. He's going to be happy about that one. And
we don't know if it is.
I don't believe it was cursed because I think there was no extra prompt. Yeah. So, nothing really crazy yet on either side. We're going to see another shield here, just a wood shield, nothing exciting.
What are you saying? The wood shield is the best shield in the game.
Oh yeah. Our boy Luigi here is sitting on a water crystal. So water crystals are a little interesting. They heal both of your monsters, but not you, despite the way it's worded. Yeah, bookless. It would save a lot of time.
Yeah, bookless is where you basically 100% the game, minus filling the bestiary within the monster's book. That's the most feasible thing to do for bookless, because if we're doing just flat out 100%, you have to get every single familiar and all, including their evolutions. And because you can't get a dragon, like a dragon easily. You have to roach a dragon, I believe, to make it a kid and level it up. Which the only time you see dragons are at the tail end of the game as well.
Yeah, in the final stretch of the game, there's a bunch of rare monsters, and even though you're up on a high floor, you're not guaranteed to get eggs for any of those monsters. So we're seeing them advance pretty quickly. Nothing really good and worth picking up. Passing over that wind crystal because we don't want to escape the tower by any stretch. Using a treasure loot for Luigi to try and see if there's a good amount of treasure on the floor. It looks like his floor is actually pretty bereft of any treasure. Only about 3 or 4 items left to find. One of them being a crystal, which is probably a wind crystal. That was an extremely small floor for Luigi. And another trap. Looks like this seed for both sides is filled with traps. We're seeing a lot of Manoivas over here on Dad's side. He's using a fireball to try and make this a little easier on himself.
This is bad trap luck everywhere. Both of them.
Copper floor, yeah. More or less. When you see a small floor like that, a lot of the treasure just gets clumped together, but if it's all garbage, you're basically just wasting a floor. Anybody ever max floor in this race? I don't believe anybody has done that.
Dad came close to it. Last week, for his race, he got to floor 33 before his opponent dies, but he still finished the run to floor 40 on that playthrough before we started that next race on his previous race last week.
Yeah, with the right items, it is absolutely doable to clear it on the first time. As we said in the previous race, both runners were actually in a pretty decent position to finish the game up until, unfortunately, Luigi took a really hard crit and ate some floor. So we're seeing Dad hit the dangerous floors without any good items, so I don't think he's feeling too good right now. Live shield again for Luigi.
He didn't equip it. He's still using the wood shell, by the looks of it.
I think he'll switch over when he's done fighting. I think he didn't want to waste the turn.
I understand.
Picking up items does not eat your turn, but equipping them does. So there's a lot of little things in the game that you can do without using your turn, and some that you can't. Free turn for Dad as it tries to brainwash his very loyal monster.
Yep. Loyal quotations.
I think, depending on who you ask, the definition of his loyalty might be up in the air.
Yeah, I know Shawnee. Shawnee doesn't like you at all.
Yeah, Shawnee has a vendetta. He's very against the CUNY. Good level up over here for Dad. And
Dad
Luigi
found
making
their
use
dead
of
end.
that. Yeah, Luigi making use of that trap loop to pick up some easy experience disarming traps. And I don't think he'll spend much more time on that floor, which means we're still pretty much neck and neck. Testament to these two runners that, for the better part of these two races, they've stayed very, very, very close together.
Definitely, they would be on the same floor if Dad did not went up the go-up trap.
Yeah, the go-up trap has put him ahead.
Which actually is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time.
Yeah, early go-up traps are not good. Late go-up traps are a godsend. Unless you're running into an egg room and you get tossed up and then you get to scream all the way up about your poor fortune. So I believe we're going to see Dad move up here in a second. Don't think there's much left for him to find. And Luigi finally equips the live shield. It is not cursed, which is really good for him. And while it may not be the best shield, it is still a pretty useful high defense shield. And up goes Luigi. Oof, not the kind of room that you want to spawn in over here for Luigi. Luckily, two of the monsters did not wake up. We're going to see him run away. You might toss something here to try and discourage him from chasing him down. Oh, we're seeing him actually power up his starter sword. Not something you'd see very often in this kind of a race. And Dad climbing as well, getting away from 3 or 4 monsters on his way.
And there's a sleeping U-boat on Dad's side, which that's a blessing.
Unfortunately, just a wooden wand. I'm sure he got very excited for a quick moment before realizing it was not very good. No medicinal herb this time for Luigi. Apparently, his salad dream is maybe coming to an end. We're seeing a Pita Fruit go to CUNY on Dad's side. He's sitting on 4 star glasses. He can see the way, man.
Hey, you're in tower. Your glasses will break. He needs spares.
Call up Knuckles because Dad knows the way.
Just no. That. That's the one memes I'm with.
It's the greatest meme of all time.
It's overdone. It's overdone.
It's rightly done.
Oh, there's such thing of oversaturating the market. Okay.
We're gonna have to go back to agreeing to disagree on this one.
I can respect that decision.
So we're seeing Dad pick up a little bit of a lead here. Partly thanks to that go-up trap. Oh, this is not a great situation.
3 blooms and a
3
clown.
blooms and a clown. I hope he's got some good items. I have to imagine he's gonna frog one of these. Is he
can frog, egg bomb, and fire.
Egg bomb's gonna kill one of them. He's gonna probably have to kill another one vanilla, and then you might have to frog the third one while he fights the clown. Clown taking its sweet time to get there. He might actually luck out here. That clown is having a leisurely
all the free
stroll.
turns he's getting from the bloom.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be okay after all, having had to use Palumpa Egg, which, while unfortunate, is not the end of the world. It does mean that his options later on, if he finds some eggs, are a little diminished, but I don't think he's going to worry too much since he gets to keep going.
And he's blind.
Warp and blind, yeah.
Wait, did he warp?
He did not warp this time, but...
Oh no, Shawnee
I
told
think
me for the warp.
Yeah. Oh, Cooney was gone, wow.
Oh, Cooney's died.
So
oh no!
He's alive,
Cooney,
he just hit the warp.
Cooney got warp, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we might just see him head up to the 10th floor. I'm not sure if he's going to bother staying on any of these floors. I think he might start going for it. Yeah, I think he's
debating now. He's going up.
Yeah, I think he's just going to start making a run for it. I don't think he's going to try and search for items out of his way at this point. He's not having a lot of luck, and I think he just wants to try and push it as far as he can go.
Yeah, he's going probably on these floors. He's going to start doing his normal risky playthroughs, which means be really aggressive or picking up monsters and throwing the monsters at ones he knows he can pick up.
Yeah, we're seeing
speaking about picking up monsters.
Yeah, we're seeing bad rooms for both sides here. Luigi finding a nice Olim fruit. That's going to do him some good later on. That volcano hit a poison trap, so it's going to be a little weaker than it should be, but still a pretty tough fight. It's at least one trap that he's not going to have to hit himself. This is not a great situation, having a hallway where you have to approach a troll with a bow gun. It will just gun you down as you try and get close, so he smartly backs up, lets him come his way. He's going to keep going.
I agree, but back to what I was saying about the monsters, picking up monsters. Picking up monsters is a 50-50 chance where you can pick them up, or you missed and you waste a turn. So it's a risky play, but with Dad's luck from his last run, it almost seemed like 100% picking up was free for him.
Dad getting a little bit lucky here. He had to fight a Dreamin' and a Troll at the same time, and he lucked out. He did not get put to sleep. He's going to hit another frog trap. He is not having a good day with the traps. Just getting hit over and over and over again. Luckily, he keeps recovering. Azar seed over here on Luigi's side. It will give him a free level to either person. He also picks up a Mahel seed, which will get him out of a tough situation in the future, I imagine. Chaos Trap. This is the seed of traps for both of them.
Yeah, but Luigi's in a bad spot since he's low HP wise. Wrong move, he's dead at this floor.
Yeah, Luigi, being low HP in this game is always a dangerous situation. Basically, no matter what item you're sitting on, he's going to do a U-boat dance here, so U-boats will actually try and avoid getting stepped on, so you can kind of manipulate how they're moving. He's going to pick up a monster train here. I think he's going to pick his monster back up and keep going.
Ooh, 6 HP.
This is an extremely dangerous situation for Luigi. It could very easily end for him any second. If he has a monster come ahead of him, he's probably dead. Oh, and he finds the elevator. You can use... So,
yes,
today we learned that you can use items while holding your monster.
Yep.
So you have to be careful there in how he danced that.
He nearly escaped it. Nearly escaped.
Extremely scary.
And Dad's on the color floor, by the way. He's on floor 12.
So Luigi's sitting on some good items, but all it'll take here is one wrong step and he's going to lose. There are plenty of traps in this game that actually hit you for quite a large amount of damage. And he's in the zone where anything could be fatal right now. A bad hit from a U-boat, even a crit from the bloom, we could see the match ending the same way as last time if he's not careful. He's running around, building some HP. We're going to see what this fruit is. Just a Peter fruit, nothing crazy. A slow trap. Oh, this is not great, but he has the Mahel seed. Gonna come and
balance things out for a short period of time.
Yeah. You can see Dad going up. Did he end up picking up the blue collar? I didn't see.
I don't believe so.
So, Dad not going to be able to fuse or use a second familiar for this run. It's a risky play. Oh, we're going to see Luigi throw his Blumpa with an egg bomb. So neither runner has their egg anymore. Both of them still sitting on a decent set of items, and the miss from the throw on the Newell. Nothing going right for Dad this round. We're going to have to see how he deals with all this bad luck. He is not sitting in a good situation. Going to egg the Newell. Good plan, but it's still going to be a tough fight because he has to deal with the Volcano, and the Newell will be coming out shortly after he finishes the fight. Luigi not taking any chances here, just using the Fireball to blow up the Clown. He's going to find another ball and another fruit, using the Mazar Seed to take an easy level, try and build some HP to save himself from this. Pillar Ball is a huge pickup, and unfortunately a useless fruit. Probably just going to throw it away. Malicious Bell on Dad's side. Not the bell you're looking for. Malicious Bell raises the level of all the enemies, which is not exactly what you're looking for in this. Fighting a Clown, again going to use, he did pick up a Medicinal Herb, so he's going to use that. Double Kraken Room on Dad's side. This is really bad.
And they're not asleep either.
He's going to have to hope that things going, just not the great. This is so bad for him. So he used a Fireball, and the one Kraken body blocked the other one. If this monster wakes up, he might be in trouble. But it looks like he's going to get by okay. If he hits a monster at the end of this, he's probably dead here.
He's good for now. Oh, no. Here comes a new auto.
So, this is really bad. He might just have to sacrifice his monster here to keep going. Gonna take 2 hits. Oh, and the Crack Trap closing it off. I think this might be it. I don't think he has a way out of here. He's definitely going to have to sack CUNY at this point. He's got to pray to the sweet lords of this game, and it looks like that's
sacrificing time. He has to sacrifice CUNY, try to survive.
Yeah, the Fireball is not going to kill any of them in one hit. And
he ain't able to survive.
Yeah, I don't think he gets here. I think this is it. And the only consolation for him is that he is four floors up on Captain Luigi.
2 HP shit. Sorry for cussing. But yeah, oh, Dad died. Okay.
Yeah, Dad is done for. So, looks like floor 14 is going to be the floor to beat, and Captain Luigi will take it to a game 3. Anything can happen here. We can still see it go either way. With something like a Monster Den or just a bad set of traps, or even just an unfortunate situation like he just ran into. We're going to see Luigi find an egg here, which could be a huge thing for him in getting past the number of floors. Yeah, that was a really, really awful set of traps and set of monsters. Spawning into a 2 Kraken room, making the run for it, and then unfortunately getting closed off by a Crack Trap of all things. Not what you traditionally expect to die to.
Well, he found an egg, and currently I switched the audio from Dad to Captain Luigi, so we can hear the tower music. We'll listen to the title screen-wise on Dad's side.
I think he had Truth Glass. He might be able to see what this egg is.
I know. I think Dad has the Truth Glass.
Dad had plenty of every kind of glass. He was sitting pretty.
No, he does not have a Truth Glass on his inventory.
Right, so we won't know just yet what that egg is. We probably won't see it for a bit. So at this point, we're just going to see Captain Luigi play as safe as possible. I don't expect to see any risks here. He should have a nice short romp to 15, and then he will take this game. Really unfortunate that things went the way that they did. He might, I figured he'd toss that ball. Repel Ball, no good to him. Monsters already don't use magic a whole ton, and you really only expect them to use it on you as opposed to your familiar, so it's not going to help them any. He might stop to pick up the Glue Collar just to be extra safe. We'll have to see. Red Sand for his weapon.
Yeah, he's still rocking the Copper Sword.
Seeing the motorcycle on Dad's side. He's taking a ride, blow off some steam.
And a go-up trap on Luigi's side. Just 1 floor ahead of schedule.
Golf 1, nothing exciting. Yeah, the Ride of Shame. unfortunately. Gonna go blow up some steam in the bowling alley, it looks like, or the arcade, sorry. It's been a while. Get to see some of the stuff that we normally don't get to see in the races. Looks like he's gonna pick up and toss the sleeping volcano. Not even gonna bother dealing with it.
When monsters are sleeping or they're paralyzed, it's 100% rate of picking them up if they're not too heavy.
And CUNY gets hypnotized. Oh, they both get hypnotized! This Dreamin', the MVP here.
Oh. At least there's no other monster in the...
and his pet.
Monsters in the tower, in the room with him while he's asleep.
So, sleep can go a long way.
Normally dreamings are harmless. Their biggest threat is asleep. But the main reason why they're so dangerous is when they're with other monsters in the same room with you. Where you can be asleep forever and you can just get murdered in your sleep and...
Yeah,
well,
you can
hopefully
get
pleasant dreams.
Yeah, you can absolutely get sleep locked and lose a run here. We're seeing Luigi use his items pretty liberally now that he knows that he's on a clock. He actually has no more shots left on that fireball. Still has a pillar ball, more than enough to take care of this Griffin. He'll probably finish it off with some mixture magic and some clever movement. And that's exactly what we see here. Getting some easy levels. Now that he doesn't have to worry about item conservation to go the distance, he's got a pretty safe run. Picking up the trap loop, gonna save himself, hopefully, from what just happened to Dad.
Yeah, traps are the worst.
While Dad bowls away his troubles. We're very likely to see this go to a Game 3. He is now on the blue-collar floor, so we'll probably see him take a look for that.
3 more floors, though. Just 3 more floors.
Yeah, gonna use the pillar ball here. Probably take the time to kill both of them, I imagine. Checking the other ball. It is a binding ball. Very useful to save himself if he needs it. It will paralyze a monster, and it's usually pretty much a guarantee. It's very rare to see it fail. Back to the room with the Griffin. Gonna double check that crystal. Unfortunately, just a crummy wind crystal that we don't need. Though, he could keep it to style and warp out on 15. He is gonna get the other collar. We might see... Ooh, prison trap. That trap loop might help. We might see him take some time to hatch that egg when he gets to the elevator, but we won't know for sure. He might be feeling real frisky and just go for 15. He can indeed go the distance. So we're going to see him use the first shot of the binding ball here. Always good to remember that a binding or any of these other magic balls without Truth Glass could just be a single shot. You can never really rely on them until you know how many there are on it. Picking up a monster train, a little bit scary here. Looks like the volcano got bored. He's got better things to do. Another Griffin. Thankfully moving out of the room before he comes in, so it's just going to keep going on its merry way. Shawnee's saying minimum 4 shots guaranteed on ones you find on the ground. I will defer on that. I'm not 100% sure, so I will take his opinion over mine. We're seeing some epic gambling over here by Dad. See if his luck out here is better than it is indoor or in the tower. It is not, unfortunately. Captain Luigi getting up to 13, 2 more floors. Sword here. Gold sword, normally something that you would absolutely want to pick up for the money. Sells for quite a lot, even though it's not very strong. Dad is losing even at gambling. It is not his lucky day.
Well, probably his luck is finally burned out.
Gonna see a seed here. Hopefully something interesting. Oh, he's not even gonna bother. Doesn't even care. Just wants the elevator. Just like your real dad.
Yeah.
Let's see some Pepe hands up in the chat.
Yeah, don't drown your sorrows in gambling. So that's a bad habit to form, kids. That's a bad habit to form.
And our first Kraken on Luigi's side, I think he's still well equipped. Is he gonna egg bomb it? Not gonna save the egg. Oh, and the blue misses! Oh no! Throws away the egg for absolutely no benefit. Gets the bind though, gonna keep walking, get away from that Kraken. It's awake. It wants some vengeance, and he's actually close to getting boxed in. He has to be careful here. He's gonna follow the other Kraken and hope that this is the right room. Oh no, and he does get boxed in. This is not the position I want to be in. This could actually end up in a loss for Luigi here.
Dad could actually win if this goes really bad.
He really needs that binding ball to carry him here. He's going to keep moving. But he's got a big monster train, and he's now in the same position that just killed Dad. If he hits a monster in front of him, he is done. And it looks like he did. This may be it. He's going to have to... Oh no, he's going to kill his own monster. It is over.
Yeah.
He's actually going to lose this race. It's going to be 2-0 for Dad.
Oh no, he picked up Griffin.
Oh, and he got the pickup. He might actually save this. This is insane. So, any trap, any other monster is going to do him in. He is on borrowed time. He has to hit this elevator before he hits another monster or a trap, or he is dead. He no longer has any help. He's just about out of items. That binding ball may have one more shot if he's lucky. Only needs 2 more floors to win this.
Yeah, 2 more floors.
And he's actually getting lucky. This should be the elevator room. And it isn't! Oh no!
The elevator is probably the far top. Which he is likely to probably bump into one more monster. Let's see,
he does find the elevator. He escapes this precarious situation against all odds. The same situation that just killed his opponent, and he makes it out. After killing his own monster, he gets the pickup. He's going to use the star here. He's going to run right for that elevator, and it looks like he's going to win short of something crazy like a monster den. Luigi complaining in the Discord right now. He can't believe he just survived. And it looks like this is it. And that's it. Captain Luigi somehow escapes and takes the win. Yeah. What a race. With both runners having such incredible good luck on the first race and just having the tower go to town trying to kill them on the second race. Wow. Dad repping the picket. Shawnee would be proud. Nice white picket over here. Looks like both runners are ready to do it all over again. Why didn't he... It looks like he is... Oh. Sucks! Throwing the disrespect out to Shawnee. Targeted harassment. Someone called the Twitch admins. We're seeing some hate speech here.
Alright, we're going to be a couple minutes because we need to take a quick few-minute break. After that run, yeah, I think a good solid break is right. I think but Dad has a good time period-wise of gambling away his sorrows.
That's right, Hex. Judas was sacrificed to RNGesus for the luck to get out of that completely near impossible situation. Really, really ridiculous ending to that. On a basically free stroll to victory, and he almost loses it to just an incredible monster train. Just really, really stellar runs from both sides of this. That first race where we got to see everything just go their way on both sides. See Dad overcome some really, really incredible bad luck to come back and almost make it into the 30s. And then seeing another one where we basically watched them both fend off just non-stop traps, non-stop bad RNG. Both of them had to sacrifice their eggs. And I don't even really know what to expect from the third race. It's been basically neck and neck the whole time for both of these runners. Incredible at the game. It could absolutely go either way. Curious what you guys think, who you think is going to take this home. Dad seems to have the more consistently bad RNG. Luigi, a little luckier here. Gonna see some of the higher floor monsters we don't get to see very often in these races. It looks like they're counting down to start the next race. We're gonna see it starting up very soon. And I believe we're starting it up here.
Alright, we should be ready to go.
Yeah, as soon as Dad gets with the program here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dad's salt content might be flying a bit higher right now. Someone get him a doctor. Discord, seeing some clear favoritism here. Shawnee giving him his blessing after the horrible hate speech coming out from Dad here.
There we go.
Like starting up.
Well, we have another 6 minutes. Yeah. Oh, the Discord link is on. Ronnie.
If you guys have any questions you want to quiz the casters on, feel free to throw them up.
There's the Discord link where you can probably click. But any questions you guys wish to ask, feel free to ask. Everything is on the table because we got another 6 minutes to burn. So, questions, predictions, anything, be welcome.
Dad's dad.
Yeah, Dad's dad.
Yep, that's his name.
Well, Dad is Guy, and he is dead. No.
Will Guy survive this time?
Actually, a playthrough back in the day, I play as when I first played this game. I did name Ko as the guy for a playthrough. The fun of it. It was a sad playthrough, though.
That does seem like a sad way to go. Seeing the rare rain at the start of the game. Some family time. It's amusing that Dad's dad, who's considered the greatest monster hunter, or the monster tamer of all time in this game, using a unicorn, not traditionally the strongest monster, but can be very useful if built right. Comes with the fantastic mixture magic Earthquake. And also one of the few monsters in this game that can evolve, which is another strange thing about the fact that he had never managed to evolve his familiar.
Well, Tower is a not a merciful deity. I did say that during the last race.
The Tower is absolutely not your friend. It was a little nicer the first round, but really showed its teeth in that second race. Hopefully we'll get another exciting one this time. Can't really be surprised if it's not as exciting as the first two. Those are some pretty incredibly interesting races. It's not very often you get to see it come down to the wire like that. Chat talking about Nico's wonderful quirk and how she loves to wake you up with some domestic abuse.
Yeah, nice quick swift kick to the head. Nice way to wake up every morning.
Comes out of nowhere with the RKO to get you out of bed.
Yep.
If you're a masochist, she is probably the best waifu for you.
Probably. It probably is for a few of them out there. No special few.
Wonderful part of this game that unfortunately we don't get to see in this race is the waifu simulator, where you get to marry one or all of the girls if that's your thing. Yeah, that's how Ko goes back down to level 1 after every tower run. Nico kicks the levels out of him. Bookless tournament % win. That's a long race. It's going to be a little harder to convince speed
that's
gaming
probably
for that one.
yeah, that's probably maybe more on Limit Break or there than over speed gaming.
Hopefully this tournament will bring enough good press to this game that we might see it in an HDQ sometime soon.
Oh yes, I hope that will happen. But King, I know you're the madman who almost like runs 100% or Brooklyn runs almost daily. You're a madman.
So we're seeing the tutorial floor again. You guys are probably getting sick of it, but it's a nice safe floor where they don't have to worry about getting murdered by monster trains and traps. Nice little reprieve for them.
Sick of it.
Seen Captain Luigi make some modifications to his CUNY.
Yep. No, Nicole here. It's safe. Yeah, it's the safest floor in the dungeon.
It's the real reason he goes into the tower, to get away from the domestic abuse. It's actually the saddest story of all time. Would literally fight actual monsters, as opposed to the monster in his home.
Yeah. That's actually 100% fair.
So we're coming up on the end of the tutorial. We're going to start seeing some actual RNG again. We'll see which one of them has made better offerings to RNGs today. It's been pretty close so far. I think Dad is doing for some good luck. Recovery ball for Captain Luigi and a rust trap already. That starter equipment not going to do him very good now that it's been hit by the rust trap. Oh yeah, Luigi did in fact burn on the pyre his starting familiar to RNGesus to get out of that precarious situation last time. So we might see him get some incredible luck here.
Maybe the sacrifice will come in play. Maybe he might do sacrifice Judas again.
You may
Wait and see.
I did not see what that fruit was. I think it was
I think it was a yes, curry. Curry is the answer. Always curry. Don't forget that.
Money wand. Dad could be rich.
Yeah, you can sell that for money.
So I
make money from it. But he's probably going to use it for mixed magic because they need plus 25%.
Yeah, I assume he's going to switch over. It's going to do him better than the copper sword.
Yeah, Sean, yeah, he took it for his gambling debt. He's come to a little bit ago.
Light seed picked up on Captain Luigi's side gives him the option of flipping the genus around later on if he so chooses to try and give himself an advantage in the middle and higher floors. Or if he wants to do as he did earlier and throw it to change something like a Kraken into a more favorable matchup. Or I believe Dad did that. So we might see that.
Dad did. He threw a wind seed at a Kraken, changing it from water to wind, so it'll be easier for killing it.
Trap loop on Captain Luigi's side, try and save himself from some of the more scary stuff. Diamond Shield early into the run. We're going to have a tanky Dad this run. Some good RNG already. Throws it on, no curse. He's feeling pretty good about himself. The slam trap on CUNY. A little bit of a concussion here. And Captain Luigi taking a quick romp up to floor 3, keeping them neck and neck. Yeah, Dad's got to get in here and make money with that wand so he can pay off all the gambling debt he just accrued in the middle of these two races. And a wand here for Captain Luigi. It is a stream wand. Not what he's looking for, but still probably better than the copper sword. -1 from that rust trap. It looks like he is going to take it. Knock out some of these traps. And another wand, a wooden wand, even worse. Not getting much luck here. It looks like Dad is getting some recovery luck here after some really unfortunate turns in the last couple races.
Yeah, well, Dad usually has a lot of luck. From what I can tell.
Seed that he's going to pass by, so it looks like he is...
Luigi found a good spell, the Ice Ball, where you can use it to create these little pillars of ice, bait monsters attack it. Good distraction, good decoys. always good to pick up when we see it. Regardless what she's doing.
So with Luigi not picking up the CC, it looks like he's not planning on changing his familiars genus, and it looks like he's just going to use it to try and fight a monster down the road. He is putting on the wooden wand over the stream wand. I'm not 100% sure on why, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference here. Clearing another trap. Got a tough room here for Dad, but he should be able to take it no problem. Thanks to that incredibly early Diamond Shield. He is taking no damage from this. As you can see, how much the early equipment stats matter, and I'm sure you can understand how good the Holy Sword would be, seeing as how good the Diamond Shield is. It's the same thing. You end up hitting so hard early on. And a nice Oleem fruit that he can pick up to save himself from a monster train. And another Fireball. Fire is actually, I believe, the strongest fire genus ball that you can get. It uses the breath spell.
I believe Pillar is the best one. Or no, Blaze. Blaze, I believe.
Is Blaze stronger?
I'm not 100% sure. I remember, I'm a casual runner. I'm not a speed runner.
Shawnee's saying that yes, Blaze is in fact the strongest ball. So it looks like the magic balls do not follow the in-game spells, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. I think it's Flame, Pillar, and then Blaze is the order from weakest to strongest.
Interesting. Another Oleem fruit, so Dad is safe for now from some monster trains.
Great, he's defensive geared, ready to go.
Looks like he's just about finishing up on this floor. He should be moving up soon. Only 1 or 2 rooms left. Exit loop. I didn't see what that wand was, but it obviously wasn't very good for Captain Luigi. Just passed it by. And yeah, it looks like he's finishing up. Might kill another couple monsters, and then he should be just heading up to floor 5. Luigi on a bit of a level advantage here. Trap does not go off. He lucks out. Whiffs the first swing. And up Dad goes. Some nice free experience from these sleeping monsters.
Great.
Seeing a crystal, probably just a wind crystal, of course. 2 flames, shouldn't be anything too crazy.
Unless they slayed from distance.
A Hell Seed and a Steel Sword for Luigi. Gonna grab the seed, and I think he's gonna move up the floor from here. Unless he wants to grind a bit before moving up, but he's already doing pretty well on the level front. Yeah, Gold Sword is not great in any percent, unfortunately. While you'd normally want to find as many as you can when you're playing the game casually, the Gold Sword with a meager 1 attack, and the only benefit to it being that it doesn't rust, will not get you very far, especially if it's cursed.
Actually, the best version of the Gold Sword is cursed because it's worth even more.
Yeah, in a casual
that's a
defense,
defensive sheet Luigi just found.
So another Oleem here for Dad. Just for those who aren't aware, the Oleem, if you throw it, you can actually delete a monster. Normally you would use it for either your familiar to exit the tower or just to save yourself. So he is actually sitting on 4 just straight up instant kill items here, and he also got a Hazak herb, increasing his strength. Dad is feeling pretty good right now. And some free balloons over here for Luigi, both of them grinding out pretty well here. Oh, Rust Trap, but neither of his items will rust, and passing a Gold Sword, picking up a Tumbler Fruit. And just in case you're just tuning in, for how this tournament works, it is a best of 3 to curb the RNG. These racers have to try and get as far into the tower as they possibly can. If one of them, if both of them hit the same floor and die on the same floor, it is actually who reached it first that will win. A bit of a dangerous floor here for Dad. spawning into 3 different monsters, but with all the items he's built up and such a tough shield, he's going to clear this no problem. His reward is going to be a sand, potentially a blue sand, which will toughen up his shield even further, or a white sand to beef up his... and he hits the money from killing the monster. He can also toughen up one of his magic balls. The only sand he doesn't want to see here is a red sand, because you can't power up any wand except for the trained wand.
Yeah, blue or white is the best one. White sand is better.
Yeah, white sand is good, but he really wanted that blue sand. Powering up that shield, can't stress how good that is, especially later in the game when monsters are hitting you so hard that, you know, it can be the difference between you surviving only 2 hits or 3 hits.
And to anyway, goal is to... And oh, by the way, Luigi got the double elevator. Which elevator goes up? Left or right? Left or right? Pick your number.
Vote now.
1 or 2. But goal is to get to the top or the highest floor you can before the other runner gets. So if, for instance, like Luigi dies on floor 15, has to get to floor 16 to win, or whoever gets there first and both die on the same floor, whoever gets there first is the winner round. And this is the final match of the this is the final round of today's match.
Yeah, no matter who wins
both of them,
here,
both of the runners are playing really well. They're playing defensively and aggressively at the same time, and just I hope luck is on their
the U-boat on Dad's side hitting the confuse trap. Things just going really right. As Captain Luigi hits a poison trap, it looks like the RNG is starting to balance it out. Shawnee's saying that torching Judas, sacrificing him to RNG is the right play, but I don't know if either of these runners agrees to it right now, even though it just won Luigi that last round. So interestingly here, we're not seeing Dad bother picking up any of these safety herbs. There are some herbs that only cure a status ailment. Sometimes you want to take them just in case. I think his inventory is actually filled up enough with good items that he doesn't want to waste any slots on it. Yeah, that money wand is paying him dividends, but unfortunately he doesn't get to keep it. An interesting choice that has to be made here by Luigi. Even though he's in a situation where these monsters would be pretty easy to kill, he's actually so low on HP that he can't afford to risk it. We might see him... Yeah, he's going to use a medicinal herb here to take the fight, because he doesn't want to have to give up all these treasures. Sleeping U-boat over here for Dad. So we're probably going to see some item swapping here, unless these items are all garbage. Another wind crystal, sadly no use to us. And Dad actually making the decision that he's doing well enough that he can take some time to fill up his inventory even more. A 5th Olim. This is the run for him when it comes to finding these Olims. Really going to help him out with his staying power.
Yeah, all these Olims will definitely...
Seeing Captain Luigi immediately use a wind seed he found to make a Mana Weave easy to kill. Another fruit here, potentially a rush. You never know, so you always have to check. Starglast here. Probably gonna pick that up. Might start tossing some of the more useless items that he has.
Agreed. It's another part of this game is item management. It's picking the right items and using the right items at the right moment.
Some interesting choices here, keeping a steel and a gold sword instead of a recovery orb. Not sure that I agree with that. Using the other wind seed on another Manoeva, so he's not even going to bother saving them. He probably will double check these swords just in case. So Blizzard Sword, gonna pick up for later on. And a Gulf Wind Sword, hitting 2 of the 3 Genus swords. He plans to take both, he'll probably drop that gold sword. And Dad taking his time, recognizing that he has plenty of incredible items. He can afford to sit here, grind a bit, make his run a little safer while he tries to recover some HP. Sword boys, yep. And we're going to finally see Dad move up here. Hazak Seed again, but this time on Luigi's side, going to strengthen him up a bit, build up those sick muscles, give himself six-pack abs. And we're seeing a bit of a lead here from Dad, but it could still go either way. Neither of them in any bad spot by any means, and both of them with a decent set of inventory, though. I have to say, Dad really killing it here, inventory-wise. Sitting on so many insta-kill items. Another Tumna Fruit, that will turn an enemy into a frog if he needs it. Basically another get-in-jail-free card. And he's actually already at level 7. Grinding out really well. He does not want this lowdown to work, though.
And Dad's Toon but's got low down.
Well, he did in fact lose that level, unfortunately.
So Kuhn is going to be a level behind the rest of the run. By the looks of it.
Taking the high ground to fight the U-boat. So, in the last 2 races, these U-boats have actually been a thorn in their side, but as you can see, his level is so high and his shield is so strong that they're actually not a problem at all. I assume he's going to check this sword before he chucks it at that thing. And he doesn't even look! Doesn't care what the sword is. Could have been a holy sword. Dad says, I don't care, I don't need it, and just takes out this clown. Ballsy moves here coming out. He is feeling very confident, obviously. And Luigi just trekking his way through. We're seeing a balloon here with no magic. Gonna just take him out for the free XP. And I think they're both gonna go up the floor here. So it's not quite neck and neck, but it's still a very, very close game. Could go either way. As we've seen, the tower can take you out anytime it wants to.
The tower is a basically, if you can classify it as any type of god in DD terms, tower will be a trickster domain. It's going to be very tricky. It's going to be friends with you at face, and then all of a sudden brings out a monster gan or 2 on top of you and end your run after giving you a good run. So far, it looks like Dad's HP is really low as well. But right now,
Dad's gonna need to tighten up a bit. He's been playing very, very confidently, and probably rightly so given his items. He picks up a Shomuro Seed, which will boost his defense. He gets his HP back up.
I think that's the third one or second one that this current race has found.
Yeah, they're finding a lot of attribute boosting seeds, items that are conventionally extremely rare. They're seeing some pretty good luck, so we might see some crazy stuff happen. Another sword, I don't know that he's going to bother to check it. And Captain Luigi getting into a bit of an unfortunate situation. 3 blooms, which are a little tough, but more so that it's just so many of them. He's also upside down. He's probably going to have to use some items here. He's got Cuny in his hands because he's low on HP on both sides. This is actually quite a bad situation. Without some decent luck, we might actually see the end of the race. But he's going to go ahead and throw that fireball down. His Cuny levels up. It does tank the hits. He's going to have to think this one through. This is like an Into the Breach level. He's got to think about each of these moves.
And it might be a repeat, sacrifice Judas to the flames.
Yeah, he might actually have to throw away his Cuny just to keep himself going. He is right near the elevator. He should be able to make it out of this situation. He's got to hope that the next floor is a little better. Seeing a good amount of Mayhel Seeds in both sides' inventory. Just a Dream In. He got exactly what he's looking for. A nice, easy room. He may just go up after this, but he'll probably stop to get some HP after killing the Dream In. Blinder Ball on the side of Dad. He's still feeling good. And he gets hit with the lowdown. He's got to cross his fingers that this doesn't actually level him down. And he is lucky. Probably going to throw something at it. I think he's going to use the... Oh, he's just going to throw the Steel Sword. Coax him in, and he's going to finish him off here. Probably going to sit here and recover, yeah. And he's going to head on up to the 10th floor. 2 Griffins in the room for Dad, but one of them gets confused. This is still going to be a little bit of a tough fight. CUNY going to tank these hits. Should be able to 2-shot this. So we're coming up on the blue-collar floor. Neither runner has actually found an egg to make it any kind of useful. So you might see them skip it as a bit of a time save, but you never know.
But they might pick it up if it is like in their pathway.
Yeah, if they run across it, they'll definitely pick it up, but I don't know that either of them will go out of their way to search for it. Dad with a 2-level lead here. He's actually significantly healthier than his opponent right now, despite the coming up on the same floors. Gonna follow the Kraken while he trails the... Oh, there's a monster train over there. He doesn't want to go anywhere near that anymore. He originally was going to try and trail the Kraken so it didn't sneak up on him, but it looks like there's actually a big monster train. He's going to follow the monster train to a collar and an egg. That is a good room. And a pillar ball. Dad continuing to get some killer RNG here.
Oh, did he grab the collar? I didn't pay attention.
He did, in fact, grab the collar. He gets a mule egg on floor 12. That is humongous. And another Shomuro seed. Dad is living large. We talked about how Dad had some bad luck these last 2 races, and he is making up for it in the clutch race. Captain Luigi's still struggling a bit. He has a full inventory, but most of his inventory is actually just dead items, whereas Dad is just sitting full of really, really incredible items. We actually have seen a mule egg, which is generally quite rare, twice in these 3 races, 1 for each of them, so it's pretty fair. It never got hatched by Luigi, but I have to assume...
No, the new owl did got hatched off for Luigi, but he didn't use the new owl.
Yeah, sorry.
It's alright. I'm here also to keep you straight, and you're also here to keep me straight.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're seeing Captain Luigi throw down one of his 5 Ice Rock charges, which will keep that volcano busy. He's going to have to run down that troll, which is never a situation you want. Going to try and coax it away, but it is, in fact, going to come at him. He's going to keep hucking these swords to try and carve it down as much as he can, but he's going to eat 2 free shots here. One of them he manages to dodge, the other he takes in the face. This is still a bit of a tough situation. We might see him throw something else out. The biggest downer here being that he's going to have to sit here and take time loss as that volcano just endlessly beats away at the ice block. And we are going to immediately see an egg hatch over here by Dad, interrupted by the Griffin.
Yep. Poor Griffin. Yeah, smart play. Immediately go up. Yeah,
he doesn't want to even kind of risk it. He has a comfortable lead right now, and he's probably just going to continue trying to find safe zones to prep to hatch that egg. He is actually going to hit a monster pinch, so he's going to have to start using some of these items. He's going to eat a hit here from one of these Krakens. 17 damage, even with the immense defense of the Diamond Shield. Just going to show how nasty these Krakens are. 2 shots, going to take it out. Another Ice Block charge used by Captain Luigi while he tries to recover some HP. Another loop on the ground, just a treasure loop. Probably going to skip it here. At this point, neither of them is really concerned with treasure so much as just getting through the floors themselves. Dad in a bit of a tough spot here. Probably not anything crazy, but he has to make some tough decisions. Gonna switch the mode on CUNY to try and get him to attack, but it doesn't work out, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the triple attack strategy he was trying to pull off.
So he's probably gonna use, he's gonna use a Tumna fruit here to turn it into a frog, make it significantly less harmful.
I agree, Shawnee. I wonder why he's not been using... He has like 4 or 5 of them in his inventory, I believe.
I believe he had 5 if he hasn't used any of them. And Krakens, normally, even though they're frog, will still hit you back, but because he's using a wand, he's not going to take any damage from it. And it looks like Captain Luigi's managed to stabilize, get his HP back up. Still 2 levels behind and 2 floors behind, but not in any real danger yet.
Yes, Kane. What Kane is saying, he might be saving those link fruits for the Vipers and those
so
tougher monsters on those 20+ floors.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to see the hatch here from Dad. We'll probably start using it immediately since he got the collar, but he may choose to save it for a bit.
Mega, yeah, you can join. I'll post the link. That's our Discord server. Casual or speedrunners alike are welcome to join. I'm a casual person. I'd come join. I talk about the game. I watch people
here.
Yep. But yeah, you're welcome to join. And if you just want to come watch us play the game, we do stream announcements as well. But anyone's welcome to join.
Ooh, Dad with a bit of a misplay here. Accidentally takes a swing. He's in a tough spot, a room full of monsters, so he has to figure out what he's going to do. Just going to choose to run and let the monster train build up. He still has enough Olean fruits that he can probably not have to worry here.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Dad right now. He has good item management and good items just overall. But if he does take a hit, he's healing, so he can survive maybe 2 hits.
I don't think he's even going to take the 2 hits. I believe he's just going to use a fireball and take out this troll. While he could afford to eat the hits, I think he wants to play safe. Keep his
like
lead.
I said earlier, as item management, resource management simulator right here.
Yeah, you have to choose what has the least opportunity cost at any given time.
You want to use an item or use some of your HP to buffer your way through the situation.
Interestingly, we still haven't seen him bother to make use of that mule.
No, he's probably saving it as a backup, just in case if you dies.
Understandable, but also he has to consider
another Olean fruit.
Another one.
Wow.
He has to consider that monster's level isn't going up while it's in the bag. Eventually, it's going to hit a point where it's not going to be very useful outside of just sacrificing it.
Which is probably that's what he has it for.
That would be very unfortunate for that mule.
Yep.
Captain Luigi gonna block off that Kraken with another use of his Ice Pillar Ball. Very, very useful spell that has been saving him left and right in this run. He's been having a tough time. I think he probably have 3 more uses at least, is my guesstimate of the Ice Rock. I believe there's only 2 left on it.
Ah. That was my guess. I didn't know if he used a true or not on it.
Oof, and Dad eats a crit there, and he is gonna finally pull out the mule. Might bother just having it heal him, I think.
Or
just gonna use it to get the heal.
Yeah, that's probably a pocket heal, is what the mule is now.
And he puts him back in.
Yeah,
not gonna bother using him.
Yeah, no, he's using him as a pocket healer.
I don't know that I agree with that. Mules have the unique trait of being able to gain back MP just from feeding them herbs.
Oh,
so they're actually
guys. Oh. Poison as well for a monster's fall. 2 of them asleep, but 2. Nope, the Krakens woke up. So 3 of them are going to follow him.
We're gonna see him use an Ice Rock Ball here for sure, or potentially a Holy Scroll. He still has a number of good items here to keep him safe. CUNY's still going to take a rough hit here, or maybe not. Looks like he should be okay here. Ice Rocks are very good at holding aggro. They're very, very tough, and monsters generally will not ignore them. We're seeing some blue sand here for Dad.
Make his time shield even more better. I think it's a plus what now? Just a plus 1. Just a plus 1.
So it looks like Dad may have sold his soul in between the 2nd and 3rd race here. He is siphoning all of the luck out of Captain Luigi. Coming up on floor 16. Some useless spell here. Not even going to check the shield, just going to go for 16. We might see him take the opportunity to fish for items again after it went so well for him the first time. But with the elevator right there, he is just going to skip it, go right ahead. He says, nah, I'm not going to look for any luck. I'm not going to look for any items. He's just going for the top as fast as he can. Another Oleem.
Well, I was about to say, he does have 6 Oleem fruits, but
yeah,
crash that.
He's up to 7. Unbelievable. 7 Oleem fruits here. He's going to have to actually start deciding what he's not going to keep anymore.
Yeah, just dropped the egg. What egg is that?
It was the Palumpa egg. So he just fed it to Cuny as a pita fruit, just gobbling up that egg, having an omelet. That poor monster, never to be born now. He gives himself a bit less choice here since he can't egg bomb something. But the rest of his items are just so good that it was a tough choice. There was plenty of items that you could have picked. It's not the worst item to get rid of, for sure. And another use of the Ice Rock orb here on Captain Luigi. It's either down to 1 shot or none at this point. He's running out of options. Hit by the Pillar spell.
Yeah.
He's just going to keep running. It's looking pretty rough here for Captain Luigi. He's going to start needing to pray for a miracle at this point. 5 floors behind, 2 levels behind, and sadly, just a giant Grand Canyon worth of items.
Picket the stole, adds a fireball.
Fire orb, yeah. Normally you could just use the orb to try and kill the Picket, but because it's the one item that he stole, he basically... Oh, and he gets it back. Has to eat a hit from the Arachne here.
I think that's the half Q's HP.
Oh, and he gets the pickup and he tosses it away.
Yeah, but that's sad strategy. He takes receive lights, picking them up.
Yeah, he's just taking the 50-50 and winning again and again, killing it at these coin flips.
Cross protection. The racers. This Azure Dreams is a game where we cannot seed it whatsoever. So the game is always random. There's no way they can get the same floor. There's no way we can seed it at all. So it's always pure RNG. You never know what's going on. There's no way we can figure out ahead of time.
Oh, and another ball stolen. We're seeing an item room and a monster room at the same time for Captain Luigi. He's gonna have to take his time and figure out how he wants to deal with this room. It's gonna be a tough one. He is, in fact, out of Ice Rock charges. He can't use it to save him anymore.
And I just posted the Discord link if you wish to join and learn more about the game.
Immediately uses the Oleem to get rid of the mule.
Yeah, but the rest of the monsters are asleep. That's good.
Ooh. Big crit from the Arachne sends Dad up another floor. And yeah, speaking of what my co-caster was talking about, because we cannot create a defined seed for the 2 of them, that is why it is in fact a best of 3 to try and curb the RNG. We're going to see him start throwing away some of those Oleems that he's been sitting on.
Unrandomizer, basically making it seeded. It might be possible, but we have to probably mess with the codes. But I'm no programmer, so I can't guess how hard that's going to be. I know it's going to be really difficult for anyone to try and attempt that.
So we're seeing Dad make use of the mule as a healer and a tank right now, benefiting from the water genus. It will actually take less damage from the Wee Dog because it's a fire monster. We'll probably start just straight up using it at this point. He's hit floor 20. At this point, it's extremely dangerous for basically every monster that he runs into. So he's going to use every advantage he can to take him as far as he can. We're seeing Captain Luigi start to close the distance a bit. He may stop to use a barong to try and recover like Dad did in the first game, since he's at such a disadvantage. And he does immediately find the barong, but in a floor, a monster, sorry, my lord, a room full of 2 different monsters that are actually quite dangerous. He might not even get a chance to use it. Looks like he is going to use some spells here to try and help himself out. So it looks like he should be okay here. He'll kill the troll in 2 hits, and then I think he's going to start fishing for some items. So cross your fingers for either of these runners that you're rooting for. And we'll get to see what he gets. Let's see if throwing Judas to RNG's last round was enough to get him something to try and get him the win here.
We'll find out in a second. That is a... Oh, nope. Don't want that.
Nothing yet.
On this playthrough. Maybe in a bookless playthrough to level up faster.
The Mazar Seed is not a bad pickup. He's gonna have to throw something else away. Oof. Not a terrible set, but a Mazar Seed isn't really gonna change the race that much. It'll give him a bit more HP and make it a little safer here. He immediately gets the level up, so I imagine he's gonna chow down on it right away.
Yeah,
use the exit loop.
Back to you, cross product. But we yeah, we have been thinking about all of the seed randomizer point of views of this game, and it's really difficult to do it for this game, I believe. But we have some ideas how to do it. Yes, this game is a roguelike game, essentially. Oh, anyway, mystery dungeons are roguelike. Yeah, I can't English today apparently.
So Captain Luigi is starting to make use of all the items he can to try and catch up.
Yeah, he is on floor 17 versus Dad's on floor 22. He's halfway through the dungeon, essentially.
So at this point, we're coming up on the 40-minute mark, so there's 20 minutes left until the timer expires. They're going to have to start rushing, playing a little more unsafe here. We're probably going to start seeing Dad start making use of his items as well. They're basically just rushing the elevator on every floor. They can't afford to keep searching for items or monsters at this point. They have to just go for it. And unfortunately, it looks like Captain Luigi is just not in a great position here. It's going to be really tough for him to come back. But as we saw last round, all it takes, and he loses the fire orb to a picket. He can't even afford to go searching for it. He's got to hope that this is the same picket.
Yep.
And it isn't. So at this point,
Rupee, K Rupee 17. The randomizer supernatural race will be happening after this. Our match is running a little bit late because we expected third match.
Yeah, these racers have been so good. They're basically taking almost every single race to time. So unfortunately, we're running a bit behind. Dad's still getting really incredible item RNG here. He's pretty much safe for the next at least 3 or 4 floors. And Captain Luigi has just been fighting for every scrap. He had a picket steal his best orb on the last floor. It is not looking good for him. He's praying for everything to start going wrong for Dad at some point. He's basically hoping that Dad hits a monster den or a real bad room, because it's not looking good for him. And White Sand stolen, another item lost to the picket as he tries to fight off this Arachne.
Yep. Depends how the Arachne handles it. Okay, he can survive 3 hits total from the Arachne.
Yeah, making use of the Mayhel Seed to try and kill it a little quicker. Malicious Scroll, not a bad pickup, might save him in the future. Light Seed, not going to do him any good at this point.
Dr. Shroom, I'm not sure who were the developers behind this game, but it's Konami.
It was Konami, yeah. So we're up to, I think, 10 Olims total here for Dad. He just found another one, drops the money wand, says, I am rich enough, I don't need anything else. Grabs the Olim. He's basically unkillable right now. Can just delete pretty much any monster in his way.
No, this is for Konami. This is a Konami game. Back in the day when they were really good games.
Yeah, back before they sold their soul to the pachinko gods. Dad going right up to the 25th floor. Captain Luigi desperately trying to close this gap. But Dad just keeps finding the items, keeps finding the elevators.
His luck won't quit on him with all these Olim fruits.
Yeah, it looks like it may be that RNG's did not like the sacrifice of Judas on the pyre, because things are just not working out for Luigi.
Yeah.
Doesn't
425 versus 420. Dad is 5 floors ahead.
5 floors ahead, only 1 level. Captain Luigi actually keeping the levels pretty close, but that floor count has to decrease sometime soon, or he's just never going to catch up. Like, he needs something. Either finding a really incredible egg or something horrible to happen to Dad. Dad on his way probably into the 30s at this point.
Yeah, but we have 17 minutes left of this match.
Dad confident enough to take some time to futz with the barong here, since it's just handed to him.
He has too many good items. Too many.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him to choose what to throw. Can't throw any of those Oleans.
He has 3 Holy Scrolls on him, by the way.
No good luck yet, though. Familiar Bell good, but not good enough comparatively to the rest of the items.
He doesn't need a Familiar Bell this late in the game.
Yeah, so moves on. He knows where the elevator is. He got a nice view of it from...
GG McNuggets, yes, they're allowed to watch the restream since the game cannot be seeded in any way. So they're allowed to watch the other streams too, like, information-wise, saying, hey, Luigi looks over and see Dad's, like, 5 floors ahead, to know where the position is. And just in case they see them where they are, they know what their goal is, to get a floor beyond that.
Yeah.
But this race is still really close.
I believe Atlas also did co-publish this game as well. I think you're right, Seawalker. Big hit here from the Mandara, but he's still okay.
I think.
That is probably a Manoia, but he's gonna be careful not to let CUNY run over it to it.
Yeah.
No
problem. Nuggets. Yes, Super Metroid Reno will be after this. Our race is just running a little bit, tad bit long, just a tad bit. These things happen in races like these, so some leeway is given. But yes, the Super Metroid race will be after us.
Yeah, this might actually be our first race of the tournament to go to time. Dad is not going to be dying anytime soon, short of a massive disaster.
He's a machine gun overlaying for.
Yeah,
just throws him like candy.
And Captain Luigi, despite the struggle that he's been in, is extremely tenacious. He's still plugging away. The Mandara that was beating him up was actually a Manoiva. That is very surprising. Ended up using a fire orb to try and...
Dad's bringing out Newall to give him a little healing. Just a healing.
Yeah, probably gonna do 2 shots here.
Yeah, 2 heals would probably be best.
Throws him back in the bag, keeping him safe so he can keep using him as a healer. Starting to understand why he hasn't been keeping him out at this point. Not sure that I agree, but I believe it's a pretty good strategy.
Oh, Dad is one of our best players, so he usually has.
Oh no! So he finds an egg, but it's actually.
Yes, that's a Manova.
He's probably just gonna, or I don't know that he can Olean this because it was soft locked. I think.
He's gonna take the gamble. He took the gamble.
Is it soft locked? Oh no!
Oh no! Well.
Oh no! This might actually be. Shawnee says it will in fact time out, so he should be okay.
Time loss. Oh no! Oh my God!
But he's definitely losing time on this.
It isn't. Okay.
And
it's straight up time.
Captain Luigi making every advantage of this situation. He is cruising his way on up. Oh, and there it is. He's okay.
Okay. Well, that's one way to.
That's one way to lose about a minute worth of time.
Well,
but he is going to get the egg
giving Luigi a chance to catch up.
So the benefit of this now is that he's going to be able to hatch a monster. If it is an evolvable monster like a snowman, it will immediately evolve when he hatches it. And yeah, that was extremely scary. I wasn't sure if that was a soft lock or not. Thankfully, we have a runner here who knows more than I do. Oh no, and another Manoiva actually transformed to the egg. He's gonna have to deal with it again. This is tragic.
Wow.
I assume what he's gonna do here, he's gonna take the Olean, he's gonna take the egg, and then use the trap. He can't put it in, he's gonna have to manage his inventory here. I don't know what he's gonna drop. Probably
Probably
the
a.
Mayhell seed.
He has 8 Olim fruit on him. Okay, what is it with me commentating for Dadarsus? Because last time I commentated for him, he found. Now today he's found a lot of Olim fruit. What's the deal with this? Can you please elaborate here?
So the tough part here is actually going to be finding the time to hatch that egg. He's at a point where he doesn't have a lot of time, especially with only 12 minutes left on the clock. Captain Luigi closing the distance, but even with that lock, he's still 4 floors behind. Used a Holy Scroll on that block to try and keep himself going, but he's running out of items.
Yep. To answer Ramble, we got roughly 11 minutes until time runs until 1 hour, or when whoever dies first or reach the highest floor within that time period, that's when the race will be over. I'm sorry for our. It's running a little. It's a good game, good community, all that stuff, and yes, Dr. Shiro, I think Olim Fruit has become a meme for this run.
Yeah, we're gonna see some magic going off here, as well as one of the Olim Fruits used after he ran his head into Annapolis. Didn't go very well for him. Captain Luigi getting to 25, closing the distance a bit, and another elevator in sight. Another Mana Weaver room that he's going to have to avoid, and he's just fighting monster after monster. Things finally going Captain Luigi's way a little bit here. Just going to start using his items to keep his lead.
Yay! He has now a temporary snowman as assistant buddy.
Yeah, if you throw a Holy Scroll at an enemy monster, it'll actually fight for you for the rest of that floor, or until it dies.
Yep.
Not even bothering with the crystal, doesn't care what it is. Just searching for that elevator as hard as he can. He does find it, but he's gonna have to... Oh, and the snowman's gonna deal with the monster for him.
Well, sacrifice the little buddy. Oh, lag. Okay, there we go. My stream lagged for a second there.
Yeah, a little bit of stuttering here. Nothing crazy.
Okay, but we got 10 minutes left. A 3-floor difference, and both runners are going strong. This is actually probably our first time seeing going to a full hour mark for the race.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to end up being a time race. Dad is in no big risk right now, about to hit the 30s. Could easily take this to the top floor. Captain Luigi getting stunned by the zoo, but being defended by a Mandara. Luckily gets unstunned just in time after eating a big hit. It's a tight race on both sides. They're both at a set of floors that anything could end your game at any point. It's very dangerous.
Oh, the Mandara died to the snowman. Well,
yeah. It looks like Captain Luigi, the story of this run, struggling for every single inch. Working very, very hard, showing how you play from behind.
Yes, take the
and the go-up trap. And that's floor 30. There's only 10 floors left. Very unlikely that he's going to hit 40 before timing out.
And the floor as well.
Big floor. There's a killer. He's just going to want to avoid that. He's got to be careful with CUNY here. CUNY could easily get one-shotted by a bad crit.
Great. These are the floors where you just want to run. And we the first time getting to 431 this race. This is a little cutscene. Baldo. Actually, this is the reason why you're in the tower. Baldo killed your father, and it's time for revenge.
Spoilers. And luckily for Dad here, he got to see exactly where the elevator is again. Gonna take a nice quick romp up after dealing with one of these killers. Might have to actually deal with another monster. Hopefully, he's gonna hope here that Annapolis stays asleep.
And that and the Minova didn't react to either, so that was good.
I think he's past the Minova floors. I think that was just an interesting item placement.
Oh, okay, okay. I have never made above floor 20 before.
Ooh, that's a scary room for Dad, but they're all gonna sleep through and let him just sneak on by. Dad actually may prove me wrong here. If he keeps hitting elevator strings, we might actually see him just finish the race by hitting the top floor. We might see a floor 40 run in this race.
Yeah. Well, if he
Goes
gets
for the
there within
grab.
the next 7 minutes,
Ooh, 2 failed grabs. I think he's just gonna throw something
Yeah.
at it at this point.
just throw it at it. At this point, just make it rush. Just rush to the elevator.
Yeah.
And
he
the
just
same
wants-
floor elevator as well. That's nice. Like same room.
So Dad starting to exhaust his items. He's only got about another 2 or 3 safeties at this point. But he's gonna find the elevator basically right away again. So everybody, you know, send your energy to Dad. Let's see this 440 here. Really, really making a gap between him and Captain Luigi at this point. Any way that Captain Luigi can come back. Even if Dad died on this floor, he only has about 6 minutes left to close 8 floors worth of distance, and I don't think it's gonna happen.
There's always the off chance where Dad dies on this floor, and then he make a lucky breakthrough to beat him.
Yeah,
There's
Golem
always the chance.
making the Mega Punch, and he dodges it just barely.
To answer Calpal, if they die on the same floor, whoever gets there first is the winner. Because it's still a speed run.
Technically, also, the first to 40 is a guaranteed winner in that rare event that we might see.
We got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, 5 minutes left and 5 floors, so it's very doable if he gets extremely lucky. He's not finding this floor's elevator. Gonna throw another Olim here. For a second I thought it actually fell short, and I was like, that's really unfortunate. I believe this has to be the elevator room. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, 4 more
36.
floors. No. Yeah, 4 more floors for Dad, and he'll be done, and he'll be the winner.
Raise.
Oh, bad room.
That's not a great room at all. I think he's gonna use a holy here.
Yeah.
Maximum wakes up, and it's attacking the wrong monster, but he'll be long gone by the time the Maximum kills the Glacier. Thankfully.
The Glacier is defeated.
So the Maximums are the strongest vanilla monster you're gonna run across here.
Yep.
They are tough monsters. He still has a good set of items left. I think he has 2 Olims left and a Holy Scroll or 2. So he's still okay, barring another really bad room like that. 2 Maximums on either side, gonna dance around, let them go on their way. He's not gonna bother with items anymore, short of something that's basically handed to him. Luigi in a tight spot here. He lost CUNY. I didn't see how it happened.
Oh, me
That's
either.
really bad for him.
But he does have a Restore Scroll, and he's...
2, in fact.
He's going to take... Yeah, but look at his inventory. His inventory is really...
There's
small. He's running out of resources really badly.
I think this is it for him. He's gotta... Yeah, even... He can't use a Restore Scroll again. He is done. Captain Luigi is dead. And... Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get to see him go to floor 40.
Nope. Dadarsus is the winner, everyone.
Yeah, Dad is going to be our winner for this race today. 2 floors left. He could still make it, but unfortunately, his opponent is dead. Look at this, and he hits another one. Can he do it? Going for the style points, he has the items to do this. It's probably pretty much a guarantee as long as they let us have the extra time for him to finish this. He's going to go for it just in case. He is rushing as fast as he can. All he needs is the elevator. He still has a fireball. Easy deal with these golems. He has a holy for this maximum, which he's probably going to use. Yeah, he's going to use it on the dragon. The dragon will fight the maximum. Won't last long, but it'll get him out of the room. Oh, and the dragon wins! Not something you see every day. Not going to go that way, though. He's struggling. 2 minutes left to find this elevator. Not that much floor left to cover. He should have this any time now. Might take the time to fight this. I think he's just going to Olim it. Yep.
Yeah, Luigi ran out of items.
Yeah,
Luigi, you did your best, man. You did your best.
You did not have the RNG here. I think he might sack the egg soon. He's going to use the blinder ball. He'll take a free hit here and then continue on his way. He's got to hope the elevator's in this room. Minute 30 left to find this elevator. All it takes is one bad hit, and he is dead. He's running out of HP. There's only about 2 or 3 possible rooms left on this floor. He's got to hope he doesn't get blocked off. Taking a chance here, going left instead of forward. He's going to backtrack and go forward, I think. Yep. Has to be careful not to go too fast. Monster Train going to sack CUNY here 100% and keep moving. If he gets pinched off here, this is it. No elevator. He's going to have to egg bomb this. I don't think he can afford to go for the blind. He's going to try it anyway. 1 minute left. There's only one possible room left. He knows where the elevator is going to be. He just has to figure out a way to get there. 2 HP left. Any trap, anything that goes wrong, and he is dead. I'm getting told that unfortunately, because we're going for the floor 40, we aren't going to have time.
Post-game interview wise.
Yeah, we're not going to have time to do the post-game interviews, which is really, really tragic. Both of these runners were absolutely incredible. 30 seconds left.
But if you guys wish to learn more and probably actually talk to the runners yourselves, like through text, you can always join our Discord server and just ask them the questions, what are their thoughts. I will post the link of our Discord server again for you guys. You're welcome to join. Runners are welcome. Casual people like me are welcome.
One possible room. There's 2 possible rooms. If it's not here, it's over. The dream is on.
At the last second.
2 seconds left.
Well done, Daddy. Well done.
Incredible. Captain Luigi here, giving his blessing to Dad, making the incredible floor 40 at 59 minutes and 58 seconds.
Well, that's our tournament, and well, we have to really cut it short because our race should have been happening over, I think, a half an hour.
Yeah.
So
we are done for today. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the race as much as we did.
Yep. GG runners, and please give the runners a follow. And they're amazing. They did an awesome job. And and hope you guys have a good night. And we will let the Metroid crew take over from here.
See you later, everybody.
See ya.